So there we are, just a few brief words from the four captains here this evening. And as you heard from the final interview there with Andžejs Łebedevs, you know, family and friends in the crowd, and they'll be cheering their men on. But they'll be hoping to get off to an encouraging start here this evening. Because there's no doubt about it that Michael Jepsen-Jensen leading and captaining the Danish team. It was 2012 when actually Michael Jepsen-Jensen won the World Cup in Sweden, and he was significantly younger then. But now all of a sudden, as the sort of the elder statesman of the team, he's been riding terrifically well in the Grand Prix, making several finals. 4 finals he's made in 2026. And he'll be looking for his team to get off to a flying start. They've got Mikkel Mikkelsen back in the team, of course. He's no stranger to us. Had a nasty crash here, actually, a couple of years ago with Bartosz Smarslik, which ended his season. But Mikkelsen, the 3-time European champion, is here. So Anders Thomsen and Leon Madsen, that's a tasty-looking lineup. Not too much longer, and we will be on with the action. Ollie, your thoughts? What
stood out for me in that interview was Freddie Lindgren. He said he didn't feel comfortable on the bike. It's also strange that today was the first time he's been on his bike for a long time. I would have thought he'd gone somewhere else for practice first. It's quite a brave move. And speaking to his mechanic in the pits, his ankle injury is worse than I thought it was. I thought it was a broken ankle, but actually he's snapped his Achilles tendon. So nasty injury for Freddie, and that's not an easy thing to recover from.
No, it's not, and I was quite surprised. I haven't seen him for a long time. There hasn't been a tremendous amount said about the injury, in truth. It's been fairly low-key, but when I watched him walk about, or to be honest, hobble about, I'm surprised that actually they put him at #1 for Sweden. I fancied they may have put him at #5 and just abused him sparingly, if at all, but possibly. Linus Sundström's had a chat with him and said, look, see how you get on early on. If you're really struggling, they've got Kim Nielsen, who's in good form, top form, and he's at #5, and he can be used at any time and could possibly take a few of Freddie's rides. If I just give you a bit of an outline on that, there are 5 riders, but only 4 are programmed. The #5 rider can actually come in at any time for any rider. And if a team falls 6 points behind the leading team, you can then actually do a tactical substitute as well. A rider can have no more than 6 rides here tonight. Only one winner. We have a nominated heat for 17 through to 20, where the team managers will nominate riders for those 4 races to complete the evening. Only 20 races here, no semi-finals, no final. It's a shootout. Over 20 races here tonight in the Biķernieki. So riders are preparing themselves for the first race of the evening on this revamped Biķernieki track. Here's the lineup for the first 4 heats. Gus, Kollestad, Mikkelsen and Lartea in heat #1. Fredriksson, Thompson, Lindgren and Kostegovs heat 2. Leon Madsen, Kolodinskis, Cam Haag and Torsell in heat #3. And Moy, Jepsen-Jensen, Kim Nielsen, Andžejs Łebedevs in heat #4. And that means that Sundström has already made a change. He's bringing in heat #4, Kim Nielsen, who will replace... Let's have a look down on my programme. It looks like he's going to be replacing Oliver Berntsson straight from the get-go earlier on. But Freddie Lindgren has, in heat #2, he is there. And as I said, they're going to try and give him a run and see how it works out. But the last thing he needs is for him to have a knock on that left ankle. And you know what it's like, Ollie, when you're carrying an injury, if there is an incident, you get knocked and it hurts big time.
Yeah, that's the last thing he'll want. He's got a busy weekend as well. Grand Prix tomorrow, then he's got a big extra league match in Poland on Sunday, Lublin versus Wrocław.
Yeah.
So, got a lot on his plate. He's going to want to get through unscathed.
He's got gate 3, not ideal in the first race, not ideal. Inside gate probably would be beneficial.
Yeah.
But as I say, the one change I saw that was obvious, I'll try and bring you as many changes as I can, but when there are 2 or 3 in one race, it is a little difficult to actually keep right on top of it. But we will do our very best to keep you up to speed on that throughout the evening. Good, healthy crowd in here, good atmosphere, a lot of enthusiasm for the meeting tonight. Riders are now released and they will be making their way out. at the far end of the back straight. As I say, a bit more racing room, much more banking, new surface. It looks better. To me, it looks a lot better.
Yeah, totally agree. Surface looks good, much improved, and the banking, I think, is a massive help for the riders. You can carry more speed into the corners.
Well, where Michael Jensen does on practice start, it was off camber there. The track actually ran away from you, and it would suck you into the air fence.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, that's quite a different story. Timo Lahti in the first race here, I must say, he's dual national. He's got 2 passports. Rode for Finland previously, he's now riding for Sweden. Timo Lahti, a rider that's actually got a lot of experience. And I tell you what, on his night, he's quite a useful performer, so you can't underestimate the Swedish team either. But no doubt about it, the men with the red helmet colour, and they will carry that throughout the evening. They are the favourites coming in to this evening's semi-final Speedway World Cup number 2. So riders up the tapes. So Francis Gus is the representative for the home team here. We know all about Francis. He can fly around here. When he was in the SGP2, he had some pretty spectacular rides. So the line-up gate number 1 is Gus on the inside in white, follows that gate number 2, Mikkelsen gate 3, and off the outside, Timo Lahti. And Timo Lahti is in the yellow helmet colour. Here we go then. Revs up. Tapes up now, and we're racing here in the Biķernieki, and what a start from Lahti out of gate number 4. Jet propelled, Michael Jensen out the back. Now that is a turn up for the books right from the very first race here on Friday night. Timo Lahti with a stunning ride. Francis Gus coming through in 2nd place. But it's a real turn up here with Matthias Polestad in 3rd and Michael Jensen. Excuse me, it's Mikkelsen. It's Mikkelsen, excuse me. Mikkelsen making no impression in the race at all.
No, like you say, fantastic start from Timo Lahti from gate 4. I don't think anyone predicted that. The Danes at the back, that's the big shock here, that's the big story. And their big rivals, the Swedes, they're out in front. So Timo Lahti looking good out in front, Gus in 2nd, and Mikkelsen at the back.
Yep, and Mikkelsen at the back. Apologies for that. The graphic on my screen in front of me has got their the Danish team lineup incorrect, but Timo Lahti didn't do anything incorrect at all. That was a sensational ride for Sweden, and he fired himself out of the start. And there's no question that he will be chuffed to bits with the way his evening's got off to a winning start. 3 points in the bag for him. And Francis Gus in 2nd place, a useful start, solid start for the home team. So Lahti 3 points, Francis Gus in 2nd place, 2 points for him, Matthias Polestad 1 point in 3rd, and Mikkel Mikkelsen failed to score for the favourites, the Danish team. Here we go.
Keep your eye on Lahti. Yellow helmet, gate 4, makes a rocket of a start. Bike hooks up all the way to the first bend. And I'm sure you're very pleased with that. And there's a great picture of Mikkelsen at the back, turning himself inside out into turn 3. Yeah, the Danes, the big shock there for the Danes running the last. The Swedes sealing the march at this early stage with a 3-point lead. Great start for Timo Lahti. He is a good trapper. He is capable of that. And there he is. He'll be over the moon with that one.
Fantastic. And a good solid start for the Swedish team this evening. We now see Freddie Lindgren for the first time. A lot of concern about Lindgren, no doubt about that. And we've got Lasse Fredriksson for the Norwegian team coming out here as well. He'll be excited and nervous in equal measure, that's for sure. But Freddie Lindgren out of gate number 3. We just saw Mikkel Mikkelsen fail to score from there. Gate 3, not ideal, particularly when you haven't been on the motorbike for a long time. So he is up against it here, Freddie. Experienced Swedish rider, of course, very much the talisman for Swedish Speedway these days. So the lineup for heat number 2 will be with us very shortly. And, so Lasse Fredriksson, he goes off the inside. Gate number 2 is Anders Thompson for Denmark. Freddie Lindgren, gate 3 for Sweden, and for Latvia is Yevgenis Kostikov going from the outside. He wears the white helmet colour. So here we go then. Tapes are up and they charge away and they come charging into the first corner, and it's Ferguson from Norway who makes a lovely start. We've got Lindgren trying to get up the inside, a little bit untidy. Round the outside is Kostikovs. Kostikovs doing a fine job, and guess what? Anders Thompson is at the back in Denmark. not starting particularly well here. Lindgren has now squeezed up the inside and has got himself through into second place and is now chasing after Lasse Fredriksson. This is quite a turn up for the books here.
Yeah, huge turn up. Lasse Fredriksson with a great start. Freddie Lindgren in second place, riding an intelligent line. If you watch him, he's put his front wheel over the curb. Well, he did every lap bar that one. But the big shock again, the Danes at the back, 0 points from 2 rides as it stands.
Yeah, and it's Thompson riding wide. That outside line is not working at the moment. It's the inside, the shortest route is being the best one and the fastest one. And Lasse Fredriksson, this is quite a feather in his cap. He's got a Grand Prix star right up behind him. Freddie Lindgren and the Norwegian team, they're going to pick up a victory here in heat number 2. What a ride from Lasse Fredriksson. And that would delight their team. And this is a huge turn up, with Denmark failing to score in the first 2 rides here this evening. Quite extraordinary, didn't see it coming at all. Home team going along really nicely as well, picking up points. But Fredriksson, 3 points, huge points for Norway. Freddie Lindgren, pretty solid actually in second place, 2 points for him, 1 point for Kostakov for Latvia. And for Denmark, Anders Thompson misses out in heat number 2.
Does indeed. It's Fredriksson from the inside, makes a great gate. Freddie Lindgren really intelligent on the first bend, cuts across Thompson, gets his front wheel over the curb, and you see him here, he now moves up the inside of Kostakov. Here we see it now, front wheel over the curb, using that little bit of extra drive right round the inside on the back wheel off the corner. But there we go, what a feather in the cap for that man there from Norway. Great win for him.
Well,
and the big shock there is 0 points for Denmark from 2 rides.
Norway are in second place after 2 races. There's a long way to go. We've got 18 races to come, but what an encouraging start for them. And Denmark and Nicky Pedersen, they will be having to do a little bit of soul searching here right now, because not to have scored in the first 2 races, I suspect that was not what anybody was expecting. So riders now making their way towards the start line for heat number 3. There's Leon Madsen out here representing Denmark, and he's got the inside gate this time. You've got to believe, we saw Fredriksson in the previous race, he was able to win the race from there. The inside gate proving to be an advantage at early doors. Settling down, we'll run through the lineup for you. Sweden riding in the yellow helmet colour. The home team will run in the white helmet colour throughout the evening. Denmark are in red all night, and of course Norway are in blue. Lineup for heat number 3 for you is Madsen from Denmark on the inside. Kolodinskis, gate number 2 for Latvia. Cam Haag is for Norway out of gate 3. And from the outside here in heat number 3 is Torsell. Here we go, we're racing. And it's Madsen, no surprise there. Madsen hits the front. We've got Torsell coming through into second place, nice ride from him. Kolodinskis, excuse me, back into 3rd place, and Cam Haag, the captain of the Norwegian team, is out of the points this time, but Madsen out in front. Got to say, Torsell looks pretty useful in 2nd place. Madsen just beginning to experiment a little bit, but he's looking good. This track is silky smooth. Yeah,
it looks really good, like you say. Madsen experimenting with lines, growing in confidence out in front, letting the bike drift a little bit deeper into the corners. Torsell in 2nd, had a good start from 4, tucked into 2nd place comfortably on the first lap. And this is what the Danes need. They need to start clawing points back.
Well, they are. But, Sweden in 2nd place, going along nicely. But the first points are going to be scored by the favourites tonight, the Danish team. And Leon Madsen off that inside gate makes no mistake at all. He, in the end, wins relatively comfortably. I must say, overtaking is at a premium. The track looks like quite dry. The outside line isn't working as well as I thought it might, but maybe a little bit of moisture and the track evolves. We may see that a bit later on. Madsen 3 points for Denmark, Torsell 2 points for Sweden, Kolodinskis 1 point for Latvia, and Truls Cam Haag misses out for Norway in heat number 3. Let's watch it again.
Yeah, Leon Madsen in the red helmet colour makes a jet-propelled start from gate 1. Hugs it tight round the first bend. Clever first corner for him. Jakob Torsell in 2nd. He made a good start from gate 4. Gets across the other 2, tucks into 2nd. There we see Leon Madsen on the back wheel over the finish line. Good ride for the Danes. A lot of pressure on Leon there from gate 1, and he delivered.
Yeah, actually, they've missed out in that particular race, and there will be some serious alarm bells ringing. There's a lot of time. There won't be any real panic. That man on the left there, Nicky Pedersen, he's seen and done it all before. There's a change here. We've got Oliver Berntsson being left out for Sweden, and Kim Nilsson, the reserve rider, comes in as a replacement ride here in heat number 4. Linus Sundström, the new team manager for Sweden, his debut actually in the Speedway World Cup. They've obviously made that decision prior to the meeting getting underway. But Kim Nilsson, who's in a rich vein of form, has been riding well, as I say, in Terenzano a couple of weeks ago. He qualified for next year's Grand Prix series. He was the wild card in Melilla in his home Grand Prix. Rode well, actually. He did a pretty good job, no doubt about that. We'll be looking to go well here. So the lineup for you in heat number 4 is Glenn Moy off the inside for Norway, Michael Jepsen Jensen out of gate number 2 for Denmark, Kim Nilsson gate 3 for Sweden, and Andrei Łebedevs off the outside for Latvia. Now Łebedevs will be looking to make a similar sort of start that Latte made for Sweden. Right away in heat number 1, Łebedevs not in the greatest of form in 26. How's he going to go here tonight? Tapes are up, we're into the first turn. Michael Jepsen Jensen makes a great start. Brilliant first turn round the inside there for Glenn Moy. That was spectacular. Now Łebedevs responds down the back straight. Best race of the night. They're all having a real good no-go here. Kim Nilsson has come from nowhere up into second place. Oh, that's tight. Michael Jepsen Jensen running in the back of Kim Nilsson, who really did park it big time going into turn number 1 for the second time. But look at this. Łebedevs out in front for the home team, and Jepsen Jensen's at the back.
Yeah, Jepsen Jensen throwing all sorts of shapes, tried a big lunge up the inside of Kim Nilsson, but we know Nilsson can turn the bike hard, and he did. He dropped it on him into the first bend. Jepsen Jensen nearly came off. Now he's at the back. He's trying to make a move on Glenn Moy. He's going to need to pick up some points here. He moves to the outside on turns 1 and 2. He's going to try and make a long straight of it.
He is indeed, and he's just... Oh, it's tight going into the final corner. But it's out in front, and what a ride for the home team. They are loving this. And Andrei Łebedevs coming out there and fires himself to the front. Hugely exciting race with Kim Nilsson doing some spectacular riding to come through into second place. Desperate times for the favourites. Michael Jepsen Jensen out of the points, and Denmark remain only on 3 points from the first 4 races. You could not have scripted that. Łebedevs with a fine ride, 3 points for Latvia. Kim Nilsson solid in second place for Sweden. Glenn Moy coming through in third place, 1 point for Norway. And Jepsen Jensen misses out for Denmark. Sweden lead the way on 9 points. Latvia in second place on 7, and 5 for Norway, 3 for Denmark. Let's see heat 4 again.
Yeah, this is going to take some analysing. This is Jepsen Jensen.
Do you want some help?
He opts to run wide on the first bend. That allows a huge gap for Glenn Moy and Łebedevs to move through. Łebedevs is no mug. He moves through the inside of Jepsen Jensen, leaves no room. Now this is where Jepsen Jensen dives up the inside of Nilsson. Nilsson knows he's there. Oh. Wow! Parks it on him, goes across the front of him. And then this is Jepsen Jensen getting into trouble again, almost runs into the back of Glenn Moy, coming off the 4th bend. This, I think, is down the back straight, the last lap. Has a look up the inside.
Fair play to Glenn Moy.
Yeah, he held his ground.
He wasn't going to be intimidated.
No.
And he held on to 3rd place. But that man, Łebedevs, terrific ride from him. An exciting heat number 4. Could have ended in tears when Kim Nilsson, he put a lot of faith in Michael Jepsen Jensen when he, and there was contact. But here we see the positions after the first group of rides, the first 4 races, excuse me. Sweden lead the way on 9, Latvia on 7, Norway on 5, and Denmark only on 3. And I don't think a lot of people would have predicted that at this early stage. Denmark, of course, can come back into it, but it is a surprise that the red-hot favourites have only scored in 1 race out of the first 4, and that was a win by Leon Madsen in heat 3. So yeah, Timo Lahti, he looked good, didn't he, in the first race tonight? He's got the best winning time so far. Leon Madsen, sensible in heat number 3. Łebedevs in heat 4, and then Lasse Fredriksson a little earlier on. Top speed is by Anders Thompson, and the wildcard for tomorrow night's Grand Prix, Kolodinskis there in heat number 3, 111.1. Those speeds will improve as the evening goes on. Thompson doing some hard yards out of the points. Got to remember that he went a long way, but he didn't score any points. 1,418 metres, and the gates. 2 wins from the outside, 2 wins from the inside, and nothing from gate 2 or 3 so far. And the points scored 9, 2, 4, and 9. So the inside and the outside gates dominating at this early stage. Okay, so while the track rating's going on, Emma's down there in the pits working hard for us. Emma Jones is joined by Leon Madsen.
Leon, I'm sorry, I rudely interrupted your team talk then a moment ago. From what you did get from it, what was the manager saying to you?
Yeah, that we have to race a little bit more smart in the first corner especially, and yeah, the boys struggling with the setup, the bikes, they have a lot of power out there and it's spinning a lot, so yeah, I tried to tell them what I did, and then hopefully we can get better for the next round, because it's not looking good right now. It's not the start where we came for, and of course the meeting is still long, but now it's really a battle.
I mean, you looked pretty comfortable out there though, Leon.
Yeah, but you know, I made a good start, but to be honest, I didn't feel comfortable on the bike either, so we have to see what we can do, if we can make some changes on the bike that make us feel a little bit more comfortable and feel we have more speed on the bike.
Best of luck for the rest of the night. Thanks, Leon.
Thank you.
Yeah, work to be done for Denmark. They will be concerned because they haven't started well. They've been, as I say, they only scored in one race, and that was with Leon, who won from gate 1. But apart from that, the rest, the other 3 riders, unfortunately, failed to score, and it's not a great start to the evening. Time to recover, of course, there is, and they've got top quality. But they are going to have to do a little bit of soul searching and make the right choices moving forward. The very next race is Kolodinskis. Kim Nielsen comes in for Oliver Berntsson again. Lasse Fredriksson, a winner first time out, and Mikael Mikkelsen. Anders Thompson, Andre Łebedevs, Jakob Torsell, and Matthias Pollestad. Good looking heat number 6. Heat 7 with Lindgren, Gus, Moy, and Leon Madsen, who comes out for his second ride in heat 7. And heat number 8 is Kostakovs, Timo Lahti, Michael Jepsen Jensen, and Truls Kamhard for Norway. Bikes being warmed up, being ready, spare bikes as well. Maybe that might be something that 1 or 2 riders from Denmark are considering, should they go for a second bike. Just quickly to promote the Speedway World Cup Speedway Cup final in the PGE Narodovi Stadium on the 29th of August. Tickets are available, and if you fancy going along, I highly recommend it. It will be a terrific night of Speedway. Yeah, choices now to be made. Do you tweak the bike you started on, or do you just roll the dice and go out with your second bike?
To be honest, the Danes look quite a way off it. If I was them, I'd probably be thinking bike change. You know, only you know as a rider, it's a decision you have to make between you and your team. The other thing is, Nicky Pedersen's got some decisions to make now. Does he get Fredrik Jakobsen out? He's also 6 points down, so he can do attacks up. Yep. So does he throw Leon Madsen in early? I don't know. He's got a lot to think about, and there's a lot of pressure on the Danes. An incredible amount of pressure now. Yeah,
favourites. I was chatting to my old teammate Peter Carlson, who rode for Sweden, of course, and we rode together here in Sweden for a long time, and he was saying if the Danes just are a little bit complacent, I think they could have a tough night. And I thought, well, I'm not sure about that, but as it's turned out, the first 4 races, I must say he was spot on. But they need to bounce back here. No changes from Denmark for heat number 5. So Nicky Pedersen just keeping his powder dry, possibly thinking, look, give his boys another run before he starts pulling riders out. Give them the opportunity to bounce back. Mikkelsen out the back in heat number 1. Good to see Rune Holte here, giving some of his advice to Team Norway. Of course, a former Grand Prix star, Rune Holte. I tell you what, he was a hard-working rider. Rode in Poland for a long time. Actually represented Poland at one point, but did a long stint in the Grand Prix as well.
Yeah, top rider, great representative for Norway, but like you say, also represented Poland. I think he won the World Cup with them.
He did, indeed he did. Heat number 5 riders are now appearing for their second ride of the evening. Just one change here with Oliver Berntsen not being used so far this evening. This will be the second time that Kim Nielsen comes out as a replacement for him. You can do that with the number 5 rider. You can use him at any time for any rider. Riders coming forward. Mikkel Mikkelsen, the representative for Denmark here, and they need to get into a bit of rhythm, need to find some confidence to really make an impact in this Speedway World Cup semi-final. Many people, the majority of people, expecting Denmark to pretty much breeze through. Hasn't been like that so far, and as you rightly point out, Ollie, they are 6 points behind the leader. He could have made a change here, could have done the tax up. Freddie Jacobsen, who has a good chance of being a Grand Prix rider for next year, and is going along pretty well, but has not used him here in heat number 5. Riders just settling down. Run through the list for you very now. Here we go. So we've got Kolodinskis for Latvia on the inside, Kim Nielsen out of gate number 2 for Sweden, Lasse Fredriksson gate 3 for Norway, and for Denmark on the outside is Mikkel Mikkelsen. Now Mikkelsen can make a start. He's a top quality rider, Mikkelsen. Must have made a significant change to his bike. See if he can get it off the start and hit the front from gate number 4. There's been a couple of race wins from there already. Here we go, shapes up, charge toward the first turn, and Mikkelsen's made a great start. Tight in the first corner, very tight with Kolodinskis right alongside him. Here comes Kim Nielsen. Kim Nielsen squeezing up the inside, gets the better of the Latvian Kolodinskis down the back straight, but this is more like it for Mikkelsen. He was way off it, as you say, in the first race, but that bike powered to the first corner, and Mikkelsen, it's working now with Kim Nielsen giving chase.
Yeah, fantastic start from Mikkelsen from gate 4, never in doubt. Kim Nielsen in second place, running a similar line as he did in his first one, front wheel over the curb. He's good at that inside line, makes it work very well. But Mikkelsen now letting the bike run. We're starting to see the outside line become a little bit more useful, I guess, as he's stretching his lead out in front.
Well, Mikkelsen, there's a bit of moisture gone down on the track in the track grade, but his bike all of a sudden is putting the power on the ground because it's powering off the straight, and you can see the body language on the bike is entirely different to his opening game in heat number 1. Heat number 5 is all about Mikkelsen and Denmark, and they double their score. They move on to 6 points. Much more like it from the former European champion, former Grand Prix star, Mikkel Mikkelsen. He'll be pleased about that, and all of a sudden that will be beginning to settle that team down. 3 points, very useful points for Mikkel Mikkelsen out in front. Kim Nielsen rock solid in second place with 2 points. 1 point for Kolodinskis for Latvia in third, and Lasse Fredriksson for Norway, a winner first time out. He misses out.
Yeah, watch this start here. Mikkelsen from the red helmet colour from gate 4 makes a fantastic start. Bike lifts all the way to the first bend. Kim Nielsen, intelligent first bend, switches back early, gets his front wheel over the curb and moves inside Kolodinskis. Here we see that move again, front wheel across the curb, loads of traction on the rear wheel, on that fresh dirt on the inside. Kim Nielsen's very good at that. He's got a great style, he's a very good lakeside rider, can turn the bike very well. So a track like this might suit him. And there we see this silky smooth style of Mikkelsen out in front, looked much more confident that time.
Yeah, he looked really good there, and I must say that that winning time reflects it as well. He's be pleased with that, and as you say, he looked much more comfortable on his bike. Fredriksson just missed out for Norway that time. So heat number 6 is with us, and riders are at tapes, rattling through the races here this evening. No changes I've been informed of, so it's as per programme here. We'll see Łebedevs for the second time for Latvia. Jakob Torsel's out here. Matthias Polstad, he comes out for Norway. Handicapped performer for him. But there is a change. Thanks, Ollie. You just pointed out. It does appear that Freddie Jacobsen's out here for Denmark. So it doesn't look like it's Anders Thompson. Pretty sure it's Freddie Jacobsen on the inside. We've got Thompson, Łebedevs, Jakob Torsel for gate number 3 for Sweden, and Polstad will go from the outside for Norway in the blue helmet colour. Freddie Jacobsen represented Denmark off the inside in the red helmet colour. Here we go. His first race of the night. He drops the clutch and we're away. He makes a great start. He hits the front. He's a tall man. Here he comes around the outside. It's interesting stuff, and into second place comes Łebedevs. Łebedevs hanging on, but he's under pressure. Got to say, Polstad is coming around the outside of Łebedevs. Łebedevs is going to have to squeeze him up, and he definitely does. but Freddie Jakobsen away out in front. Torsell for Sweden is out of the points at the back. But this is more like it from Denmark. They're beginning to flex their muscles now.
Yeah, first tactical change of the night from Nicky Pedersen. Brings Jakobsen in off gate 1. He makes a great start. He's looked like he's getting 3 points on the board here for Denmark. Lebedev battled his way into second for 2 points for Latvia. But interestingly, Sweden at the back. Denmark are going to make a lot of ground on the Swedes here.
Indeed they are. They're into the last lap. Looking good in heat number 6. They came into heat number 6 with 6 points. They're going to move on to 9. And there'll just be a couple of points behind the leaders as a consequence of Torsell missing out here. What a nice ride that was. Considering he hadn't had a ride, he hit the ground running. They must have had some communication between the boys because, as you rightly say, Denmark were way off it. Bike set up wrong. All of a sudden, their bikes are working beautifully. Jakobsen, impressive ride from gate number 1. 3 points for Denmark, 2 points for Andrei Łebedevs and Latvia in second place. 1 point for Norway and Polestad in third. And Jakob Torsell for Sweden misses out there in heat number 6.
Yeah, it's Jakobsen in the red helmet colour. He makes a great start from gate 1. Keeps the bike tight round the first bend. There's a bit of a battle now between Łebedevs and Polestad. Polestad tries to move around the outside of the hard-charging Latvian. And we know what Łebedevs like. He's a tough customer. He's going to make sure there's absolutely no room for Polestad down that home straight. There you see him move across the front of him. No chance of getting through there. Savvy move from Łebedevs. But Jakobsen, yeah, very tough customer, yeah. And there's Jakobsen. Great first ride for him.
Looked good, didn't he? Looked really good. And he hit ground. Look at that time. Track's getting better. That little bit of water that went down between heats 4 and 5, without question, has improved the racing. Heat number 7 is with us. And riders are doing their gardening up at tapes, just figuring things out. Haven't been informed of any changes. We'll keep our eyes peeled. There's the situation. Sweden lead on 11. Latvia into 10. Denmark on 9. Norway on 6. That's a little bit more like what we were expecting to see, but it's nip and tuck between the major nations, and Norway, after a tremendous start, just missing out a little bit in the last couple of races. But here we go. We're going to see Freddie Lindgren again. Fair play to him. He's back out here. He had a hard working. Well, Freddie Lindgren doesn't know any other way. He likes a bit of hard work. He's on the inside for Sweden. Gate number 2 for Latvia is Francis Gus. Gate number 3 for Norway is Glenn Moy. And Leon Madsen for Denmark goes from the outside. And a fine ride to score the first points for Denmark in heat number 3. He's out again here in heat number 7. Takes her up. They roar into the first turn. Who's going to get there? And it looks like Lindgren's got there. He's going to hug the inside. Right round the inside. Ooh, a bit untidy coming off of there, but he's done well. And Leon Madsen has been squeezed up by Francis Gus. Gus coming charging through in his second place. Madsen trying to respond. Does do. Nice ride from Madsen. Read that beautifully. Got back up the inside of the charging Francis Gus. But Freddie Lindgren now out in front. What has Madsen got?
Yeah, Madsen looks menacing in second place. He looks like he's got plenty of speed. He's trying to kind of track conditions do suit the Dane. He's very good on these sides. Oh, he's got loads of speed moving up the inside of Freddie Lindgren. Oh. Lindgren's a hard customer though. He knows he's there. Shuts the door.
Freddie Lindgren, a hard man to pass. He's riding a wide bike, but Madsen ran the outside. Quality move from Madsen. Lindgren coming back at him. Madsen squares the corner off on the back wheel down the back straight on the last lap. Proper bit of speedway here. Coming off the last turn. Heat number 7. Madsen, quality ride from him. Top draw. Gotta say so, even though Freddie Lindgren is hurt and not fully fit, that was a proper bit of speedway there, and all of a sudden Leon Madsen, 2 rides and 2 wins. He's inspiring this Danish team here tonight. 3 points for Madsen and Denmark, 2 points for Lindgren and Sweden. Gus back in third, 1 point for Latvia. Glenn Moy for Norway missed out in a very entertaining heat number 7.
Yeah, Freddie Lindgren in the yellow helmet. He makes a great start from gate 1. Gate 1's been good tonight. He hugs it tight around the first bend. He picks up here now, shoots across the track. At this point, Leon Madsen's in third place. It shows you how A, the track's coming alive, and B, Madsen is fast, very fast. He moves into second place there, and then he sets his sights on Lindgren, who we spoke about. He's a tough customer, hard man to pass. He rides a wide bike. There's Madsen. He has a look up the inside. Freddie Lindgren says no chance. Madsen moves back to the outside. And this is where we see him cut back, and he drives up the inside bike, pulling his arms off down the back straight. Freddie tries to cut back coming off the last bend, but got no answer to Madsen. That bike of Madsen's is hooking up down the straight.
Well, all of their bikes are. Suddenly Denmark are absolutely dialed in. We're way off it, and all of a sudden their bikes are going great guns. Bit of dialogue between Anders Thompson and Leon Madsen. Thompson was replaced by Jackers from early on. Thompson will want to get in on the action very shortly if he can. Heat number 8 is with us. And this will complete the second block of races here tonight. 20 races here this evening to determine who is going to go to the Speedway World Cup final at the end of the month on the 29th of August in the PGE Norway Stadium in Warsaw. Kostigov's on the inside for Latvia. Timo Lahti, gate 2 for Sweden. Jepsen Jensen, gate 3 for Denmark. And Cam Haag for Norway will go from the outside gate here in heat number 8. It's a slender lead now for Sweden. They've got 13, and Denmark have forced their way into second place, just a point behind on 12. Here we go, takes up, and it's into the first turn. I must say, Timo Lahti, sensational start out of gate number 2. Michael Jepsen Jensen working hard around the outside, comes through into second place. Lahti doesn't quite close the door, allows Jepsen Jensen to run wide. He then tries to block him. Jepsen Jensen trying to square the corner off, but Timo Lahti keeping him guessing just at this early stage of the race. Kostigov's back in third, but I tell you what, good stuff from Lahti. He won his first ride. He's looking good again here.
Yeah, that's the second fantastic start that he's made. Jepsen Jensen looks like he's got plenty of speed in second. Oh, big crash at the back.
Oh!
Cam Haag's gone down. This is going to have to be rerun.
Yeah, untidy moment. He's okay. He's trying to drag the bike off, but it just, red lights came on very quickly indeed. And I don't know if he missed the air fence or just caught the end of it on the exit of turn 4, but he's a little bit knocked about. But Jesper Steentoft from Denmark is our referee this evening, and just having a look at the back of the bike. Rear chain is on, but so the blue rider has been excluded from heat number 8. Generally in international FIM meetings, that race will be rerun,
yeah,
with the 3 riders. But let's just see, he just gets himself in trouble here, doesn't he? He's dragging out in the dirt.
Yeah, he picks up going into the bend, and then he just can't get it back under control. We'll see him come into shot now. Here he goes, right in the bottom of the airbag. Oh, bike digs in over the handlebars. Nasty looking accident.
Awkward, isn't it?
Yeah,
really awkward.
Yeah, down on his face. But he's up, he's walking back. Tough customer. But yeah, no, it looked like he just went deep into turn 3. The bike hooked up and drove across the corner. He couldn't turn it, couldn't get it back under control, and eventually ended up in the air fence.
So the captain of the Norwegian team has been excluded from heat number 8. There will be a rerun. And Timo Lahti is already up at the tapes. He will be a little bit aggrieved about that. He'd made such a smashing start out of gate 2. Nobody's done that so far this evening, but his bike absolutely super away from the tape. Such a super feeling as a rider. But he's got to do it again. Just a quick look at the standings. Just 1 point between the top 2. 13 to Sweden, 12 to Denmark. Latvia lurking there in 3rd place on 11, and Norway just drifting away a little bit now on 6 points. So riders back to tapes for heat number 8. We'll go through the lineup quickly for you. Kostigov's on the inside for Latvia. Timo Lahti, gate 2 for Sweden. Jepsen Jensen for Denmark, and gate 3. And no rider on the outside. Green lights on, revs are up. Tapes are up now, and away we go. I tell you what, Timo Lahti's bike is sensational off the start. He's got to the first turn again out of gate 2. He's repeated it. Michael Jepsen Jensen coming around the outside. Caught, just about squeezes around the outside of Kostigov's. He comes through into second place. Needs to do that because Timo Lahti's in front of him. He's chasing hard now, Michael Jepsen Jensen. He's in the dirt, trying to get some grip, trying to get some speed, and he's looking really good, Jepsen Jensen. He's winding it up in second place.
Yeah, Jepsen Jensen using that deeper dirt on the outside. Lahti knows he's there, but there's nothing he can do about it. Jepsen Jensen's got far too much speed this time. It was a great start again from Lahti. That's 2 in a row he's made, 3 in a row he's made, including the rerun.
Yeah.
But he's got no answer to Jepsen Jensen, who looks really fast on that outside line.
Yeah, he's into the last lap, and Michael Jepsen Jensen and Team Denmark, after a really poor start tonight, have turned things around in some significant style. Their bikes were completely off. They had the wrong setup, decisions made prior to the event, not right. And now in the second block of races, they are absolutely flying, and this is pretty much what we were expecting to see earlier on tonight. And Michael Jepsen-Jensen, I must say, looked very impressive there in the dirt, round the outside. Sweet as you like, proper bit of speedway from him. Jepsen-Jensen and Denmark, 3 points for them. Timo Lahti relegated to second place, 2 points for Sweden. Kostegovs in third, 1 point for Latvia. And Truls Camargue, after a nasty-looking crash, was excluded from heat number 8.
Timo Lahti in the yellow helmet colour makes a fantastic start again. 3 out of 3 for him. Jepsen-Jensen, he heads straight to the outside. He knows where he wants to ride. The outside line is becoming more usable now. It's faster since the last track race. Here we see he's got his back wheel in the outside in that deeper dirt, getting far more traction. He's going a lot longer way round, but his top speed is much higher, and he swoops round the outside of Lahti. Great ride from Jepsen-Jensen.
Yeah, good looking ride, wasn't it? And as I say, all of their riders suddenly have been right on it. Freddie Jakobsen has only had 1 ride, but I think they've just had a fundamental rethink. Failed to score in his first one, 3 points there, and it's a gear ratio. Definitely gearing has been changed, and they have got their bikes working spot on. So once again, let's make our way down to the pits, and Emma has been joined by Timo Lahti.
Oh, you must be a little bit frustrated with that restart.
Yeah, you know, I made a brilliant start in the first one and managed to block Michael's run in the first lap, and yeah, on the second one I didn't manage to do the same. My tire was done after 1 lap, and yeah, what can you do?
You have had a great evening so far though, Timo.
Yeah, it's been a good start, but yeah, still 12 heats to go, and yeah, job to do.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Indeed he has, and he's had a strong start. He scored 5 points from his 2 rides for Sweden, and Sweden and Denmark are now locked at the top on 15 points apiece, with Latvia back in 3rd place on 12, and Norway just beginning to feel the heat a touch, and their score is on 6 points after 8 heats here tonight. It's livening up quite nicely now. So the track grading's going on, water's going down. It was quite dry early on, but there's no question that little bit of moisture and the cloud cover coming in. I get the feeling this track is going to produce some pretty good racing. And I've got to say, chapeau to Freddie Jakobsen coming out in his first ride in heat number 6, and he's got the fastest winning time of anybody in his first gambit. Mikkelsen, Timo Lahti, Leon Madsen, Łebedevs, Madsen again, Jepsen-Jensen and Lasse Fredriksson. The track has got faster, and those speeds there of 115.4 Ks is a clear indication that the boys are getting their bikes dialed in, and a little bit more grip has been generated by the moisture being put down. The material and the track is behaving, I must say, impeccably. Fair play, because in recent years the track has broken up and has created some problems for riders. Madsen, who had to go round the houses to get to the front in heat number 7, but finally did get there. So 3 wins off the inside, no wins from gate number 2 so far, 1 win from gate 3, and 4 wins from the outside gate so far this evening. And the points scored from those gates so far tonight: 16 points from the inside, 9 points from gate 2, 7 points scored from gate 3, and just 16 points from the outside. So nothing to choose again after 8 races tonight between the outside and the inside. Linus Sundström in the centre there, he's the team manager for Sweden. Freddie Lindgren with his helmet on, ready to go. This is clearly an opportunity they feel they've got here, Sweden, that they want to make the final. And Linus Sundström in his first Speedway World Cup semi-final as their team manager would be very pleased indeed if they could make it through to the final. And meeting over, and the motivational speak done. Sure, that's something that you do at times. Do you think he's just relaying there? Just stay focused, keep it rolling?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's probably reassuring them that although the Danes have fought back, we can still do it. You know, it's keep your chin up. Let's hang in there.
So the next race up, we've got Cam Haag, who bit the dust last time. Mikkelsen, Łebedevs and Lindgren. That's a tough lineup. Latte, Moy, Kolodinskis and Thompson. And heat number 10. Heat number 11 is Polested, Kostegovs, Madsen and Berntsen, who hasn't had a ride so far. He's been replaced on 2 occasions by Kim Nielsen. Jakob Torsel, Fredriksson, Gust and Jepsen Jensen will come out in heat number 12. I'm sure there'll be 1 or 2 changes in the next 4 races. I'll try and bring them to you as and when I hear, or if we don't hear, we'll try and pick them out for you on Eagle-Eyed Ollie alongside me. Picked out Freddie earlier on. And let's hope that stays the same.
Big Phil there, just...
Big Phil wants 1 more lap.
Yeah.
Pretty much around the middle of the track with the grader. There it is. Yeah. Those spikes there, sort of digging into the surface to give a bit more grip.
Yeah.
Concentration on Freddie's face. I tell you what, he's doing himself. I tell you what, it's pretty tough what he's having to do tonight. He doesn't look comfortable, certainly off the bike. He looks very uncomfortable. And a snapped Achilles tendon, that's a serious injury. You don't get over that in 5 minutes.
No, it ended my career. It was an awful injury, and I remember the surgeon saying to me, "You won't run for 14 months." That was how long it was going to be. So for him to be back now is impressive.
So heat number 9 is next, and we move into the 3rd block of racing. It's neck and neck between Denmark and Sweden. We've seen the team meeting from Linus Sundström of Sweden, giving to his men, trying to keep them focused, trying to keep them on track, because they're going along pretty well. Denmark, certainly in the last round of heats, had a lot more wins, and they looked much more impressive, and have forced their way back to joint leaders. But Lindgren here, coming out for his 3rd ride after not being on a bike for several months, and he can hardly walk. That left ankle of his is really quite seriously injured. There's the standings. Denmark and Sweden on 15, 12 for Latvia on 6 for Norway. Bit of water going down, freshly graded track. It's looking good here. I must say the changes to the track, I reckon they have improved it immensely. Really is. And the surface, I know the banking's good, but the surface here broke up before and it got rutty and bumpy, got pretty hairy at times. Got to say, so far, no sign of that at all. So it's a big effort, but it looks like it could well be paying off. So riders just preparing themselves for heat 9. Looks like we're going as per programme here. Mikkelsen out again for Denmark, who was hugely impressive last time. Run through the lineup for you. We've got Cam Haag, who's dusted himself down. He's back out for Norway on the inside. Mikkelsen out of gate 2 for Denmark. Łebedevs out of gate 3 for Latvia, and Lindgren goes from the outside for Sweden. This is a tasty looking lineup. Gates 2, 3 and 4, all Prix standard riders, no doubt about that. Here we go then, heat number 9 takes up, we're charging into the first turn. Mikkelsen made a lovely start out of gate 2, he gets to the front, holds the inside, already has 10, 15 metre lead. Fantastic off the first corner. Łebedevs coming through in the 2nd place. Freddie Lindgren got himself in all sorts of trouble down in turns 3 and 4 and has had to battle his way back into 3rd. Not good news for the Swedish team when Denmark, their closest rival, all of a sudden turning on the start here. Mikkelsen enjoying himself in front.
Yeah, another good start from Mikkelsen. He looks good in front. Łebedevs is tucked into 2nd. He's got that place in the bag. Freddie Lindgren involved in a little bit of a battle at the back. Freddie doesn't look comfortable. He's not going to. He's in no end of pain with his leg, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But the Danes, they really are starting to stamp their authority on this meeting.
They are indeed winning races for fun now. And Łebedevs is in close contention, but it's been a mature and quality ride from Mikkel Mikkelsen, who made that start from gate 2, and that's the 2nd time he's won tonight. Failed to score first time out and then has backed it up with wins in his 2nd and 3rd rides. And for the first time this evening, Denmark lead the Speedway World Cup's 2nd semi-final here tonight in the Biķernieki in Riga. And that's where we were expecting them to be a little earlier. They've had to work hard for it, but the 3 points are Denmark's with Mikkelsen, 2 points for Łebedevs and Latvia, Lindgren back in third, 1 point for Sweden, and Cam Haag for Norway missed out in heat number 9. This is textbook stuff from Mikael Mikkelsen, clutching it to the first turn.
Yeah, you see his fingers on the clutch there, controlling the lift of the bike all the way to the first bend. It's a good start from gate 2. I think that's our first win from gate 2, so that's impressive in itself. Here's the battle at the back between Lindgren and the Norwegian. He'll go in wide here and he'll turn back and move up the inside and pass him to take third place. But Mikkelsen looked good out in front. He looks comfortable ever since that first ride. He's obviously made some significant changes. He looks a different rider since then.
Oh yeah, it's night and day, and it's paying huge dividends. There's a change here with Freddie Jakobsen coming in to replace Anders Thompson, which you can understand. Jakobsen, a fine winner of his first ride. Nicky Pedersen keeping the same format going. Anders Thompson will be a little frustrated with that, but you know, Jakobsen comes in, wins the race, has the fastest winning time of the evening at that point. Understandable that he's going to use him again. Denmark lead the way on 18, a 2-point lead now over Sweden. Latvia back in third place. Norway have failed to score. Well, in the last 4 or 5 races, tough times for Norway. They need to get back to it. When it was super slick in the first 4 races, they were in amongst it. So the inside is Timo Lahti for Sweden. Gate number 2 is Glenn Moy for Norway. Kolodinskis, gate 3 for Latvia. And Freddie Jakobsen will go from the outside for Denmark. Can he reproduce the same start that he had when he was on the inside gate first time out? Same truck, we're racing. And yeah, there was, because the red lights are on immediately.
It looked like Jakobsen to me on the outside. He moved first. All eyes on him.
Very much so. Jesper Steentoft from Denmark, our referee this evening, unhappy with, we're just in front of the start line, so not exactly sure who moved fast. This will give us an indication.
Yeah, you see, it was early, like almost as soon as the green light came on. Freddie makes a move. There he is, red helmet colour, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit impatient. He'll be warned for that. If he does that again, he'll be thrown out of the race. And he won't want to do that. You know, they've done all the hard yards. So 2 warnings being handed out in heat for Freddie Jakobsen. He's got a warning. And the rider in the white helmet colour, he will also, Kolodinskis will have a warning as well. A little bit untidy, that one.
Yeah, what's going on at the start there? Interesting to see 2 riders given a warning. That's what it is. So
the clock ticking down. Just over 30 seconds to go for riders to be at the start, ready to race. And they're coming back round for the second time of asking for heat number 10. Coming forward now. This is building up really quite nicely. Sweden, what have they got? Timo Lahti, who's picked up 5 points so far. It's looking pretty good, Lahti. And he'll be looking to kick on now on the inside for Sweden. Glenn Moy, gate 2 for Norway. Gate 3 is Kolodinskis for Latvia with a warning, and Jakobsen likewise for Denmark also has a warning. Got to behave themselves this time. Revs are up, green lights on, tapes are up and away, and it's Lahti again. It's tight into the first turn. Lahti just about there, but he's in no man's land. He's going to get swallowed up. Brilliant first turn. By goodness gracious me, Kolodinskis has hit the front down the back straight. Lahti didn't do one or the other there. He found himself in the middle. Got to say, this is tight with Lahti coming back up the inside. Brilliant move from him, but Jakobsen now coming round the outside. Definitely, we've got Glenn Moy in second place. This is quite a tear up here.
Yeah, complete turn up for the books here. Kolodinskis looks rapid out in front. Big battle at the back though between the Danes and the Swedes. There are meeting leaders. Kolodinskis out in front, riding a wide line. He's stretching his lead. Jakobsen now looking up the inside of Glenn Moy. Glenn Moy has really thrown the cat amongst the pigeons here.
Comes Jakobsen into the last lap. Jakobsen's got loads more speed than Glenn Moy, but Glenn Moy is holding firm. They're queuing up behind him. This is a massive result for Kolodinskis and Latvia if they can maintain it, but Glenn Moy's ridden wide. He's left the door wide open as they run to the line, but Glenn Moy holds on. brilliant stuff. It's a huge result for Latvia, and it's all going to tighten up once again. Crowd on their feet, the flags are waving, they're loving this. And Kolodinskis, the wild card tomorrow, in the Speedway World Cup semi-final at home here tonight. That is a huge result. And they move into second place, Latvia now. Kolodinskis 3 points, what a ride. Glenn Moy, that's a spectacular second place from him. 2 points for Norway, Jakobsen back in third, 1 point for Denmark. Timo Latte misses out off gate number 1. What a race.
Yeah, surprising there to see Latte. I thought he'd be a banker off gate 1, but he just lifted too much. And I tell you what, he's not the same rider in traffic at all. But there's Glenn Moy, he's like a rolling roadblock in second. They were queuing up into the town centre behind him. It's causing carnage.
That was the Friday afternoon rush hour, wasn't it, behind him?
All sorts of trouble in the town centre of Riga. But Kolodinskis, he looked fantastic out front. Here we see the move. Jakobsen dives up the inside of Latte. Latte, he's a different rider in traffic, he really does. When he's out front, he looks a lot more comfortable, that's for sure. There's Glenn Moy, roosting both boys behind him. And here's the run to the line. It gets awfully tight between the Norwegian and the Dane. But Glenn Moy, what a ride for him.
Fantastic ride. I thought he'd thrown it away coming off turn 4 on the last lap, but he managed to hang on. Jakobsen wasn't able to squeeze up the inside, and Glenn Moy, super ride from him for Kolodinskis for Latvia, and now they're only 2 points behind Denmark into second place for Latvia. Big result for the home team. Here we go. No doubt this meeting is really livening up nicely now. As I say, the reward for winning tonight is a place in the Speedway World Cup final at the end of the month. Followstad off the inside for Norway, Kostegov off gate number 2 for Latvia, Leon Madsen for Denmark gate 3, and off the outside, in my programme it says Oliver Berntsen. But I think it's Kim Nielsen. Oh, desperate on the inside, red lights are on. It looks like Followstad has got all sorts of problems there. He's got all of the tapes as he's dragging them around the track. I don't know if he went too early or if the tapes on the inside just didn't go up. Let's have a look again here, Ollie. What's gone on?
Yeah, keep your eye on the inside here. Does he go into the tapes? Do they not move? They don't go up all the way. They only go up halfway.
Yeah, not his problem.
Yeah, no.
That's a problem with the start gate, so they'll have to fix that.
There we go, halfway
but you're
up.
right, Kim Nielsen was out here as a replacement ride once again for Oliver Berntsen.
Yeah, it can be painful when that happens. Sometimes the tape can get round your neck and cause quite a nasty burn.
Yeah, I've had it. I've had it myself.
Used to get it because you were trying to jump the start. That guy was just unfortunate.
I think that's harsh. I think that's rather harsh.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, it's only what you heard. But vicious rumours, they can
they soon circulate, don't they?
They do. People are quite happy to do that. Right. Anyway, so all 4 riders will come back to the start because a little bit of a malfunction with the start gate. I'm sure they'll just give that a little bit of a test. But for Followstad, he just got it caught on his peak, and it can pull you off the back of the bike. Nicky Pedersen out there with Leon Madsen, just keeping his team focused. Nicky's so enthusiastic.
Yeah, quite a hard taskmaster, I'd imagine. He has high standards he expects from his boys. But at the moment, they're producing the goods, although not as easy as we all thought it might be.
Well, the first 4 races, they scored 3 points, and that was from one rider, Leon Madsen, with a win. The next 4 races, they had 4 wins.
Yeah.
I mean, that is significant. Just quickly, get your tickets for the Speedway World Cup final in Warsaw on the 29th of August. It's going to be some special night of Speedway. Just keeping an eye on what's going on here.
Release it now, ref. Get him.
Cool, yeah, that would be uncomfortable.
Yeah, big Phil there, our race director, just inspecting the start gate, making sure that it's all working as it should before the race restarts. See a little technical malfunction down there. You see the Latvian team. They're well in the hunt at the moment, second place on 17 points. The Latvian crowd came alive in that last ride.
Oh, yeah, that was fantastic. And Glenn Moy obviously doing the Latvians a favour by hanging on to second place, because Jakobsen was coming at him like a steam train. But fair play to him. He held on, very nearly gave it away. And it was a terrific conclusion to the previous race. Anders Thompson, who was a Grand Prix winner not very long ago, of course. He's been an injury replacement rider on the Grand Prix scene for some time. He rides tomorrow as well, and he won in fine style. Looks like the start gate is working. I just tried it once. He wants to do it one more time, and Jesper Steentoft will...
Sign language there from Phil up to the box.
Quite sure what he's wanting, but so let's have a look to see here. We'll see an opportunity to see what goes on. A little bit more complicated than I thought, because I just thought it was maybe just a bit of WD-40 and all would be well, but
fixes most things, doesn't it?
It can do. Yeah. Certainly going to Speedway with WD-40 and a roll of duct tape generally gives you out of trouble.
And a cable tie.
Yeah, but that's a bit modern for me.
Yeah,
bit modern. I'm more of a duct tape man myself.
I've got through some cable ties in my time.
Yeah, they're very useful.
Yeah.
So.
Cable tied a steel shoe on once. My strap broke.
Well, where needs must, the devil drives.
Linked two together, strapped her up, no problem.
Tell you what.
Engineer, that is. That's the engineer.
An intelligent man.
Yeah.
Right, okay, 2 cable ties. I don't recommend it to you, people at home, but as I say, Renault Holte is here. Good to see him, as I say. I saw him have a couple of crashes that were quite horrifying at times.
Loved a straight line speed, didn't he? Oh, mate.
He was a flyweight, and he got the bike upright. By golly, did he generate some speed.
Yeah, pulled some funny shapes.
He wasn't always the most technically gifted rider out there, but by goodness, did he give it everything he had. And he never had to have a wild card. He earned it every year by re-qualifying. And Rooney's an interesting character to chat to. He has a story or two to tell, I can assure you.
He cannot possibly have more than you.
I just make them up. Right, it looks like the tapes are working, but there doesn't seem to be a tremendous amount of confidence down there.
Yeah, doesn't look overly happy with that. Oh, man down. Phil went down in one of the ruts on gate 1 there.
Steady, Phil.
He's up, he's in the rerun.
Steady, Phil. There's another meeting tomorrow. Pace yourself, mate. So we're going to have another go at this, but it looked like they worked correctly last time. Let's give it another try and see if we can get cracking on with the action, because the meeting's really sort of, it was very slick indeed, and it was follow my leader in the first 4 races, but subsequently all that work and the banking that's been introduced here, the extra width, new material, looks like a proper speedway track now. Yeah, I reckon we're going to be in for some good Grand Prix tomorrow night, don't you think?
Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, I think the track's really come alive as the meeting's gone on. Riders like Smarslik, Brady Kurtz.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, he's ready, he knows. Got it sorted.
Riders now getting ready for heat number 11. Restart for heat 11, riders being pushed off. Topped up the fuel tanks, making their way back round. I'll just reiterate, just 2 points in it between Denmark on 19, Latvia on 17. Sweden are there in 3rd place on 16, so very little between the top 3 teams, and 8 points now for Norway, who are finding it a little bit more difficult. They've only scored, what, 3 points in the last 6 races. So Glenn Moy with 2 points in the previous race. That was the best result they had since heat number, well, 2. Heat number 2. So riders are at tapes. Let's take you through the lineup there. You can see the positions of the teams at this stage after 10 races here tonight. Polstad's on the inside for Norway, Kostakowski gate number 2 for Latvia, Madsen gate 3 for Denmark, and gate 4, Kim Nilsson for Sweden. Madsen's been good, he's been unbeaten, hasn't he? And he had a terrific ride last time, coming from about the back. Takes her up, and we're going into the first corner. Polistad's got there. It's gone wide, very wide. It's going to leave the door wide open. That was a mistake from Polistad. Didn't need to do that. Madsen said, thank you very much indeed. Madsen's crept round the inside and it's hit the front. Kim Nielsen and Polistad having a real ding-dong for second and third. Polistad has held on for Norway, but he is again going wide. Kim Nielsen is a very accomplished rider around the inside and gets himself into second place. Polistad is opening the door every time, but Madsen's in front. A terrific scrap for second and third. Polistad back into second. Brilliant speedway.
Yeah, fantastic ride for Polistad. He's got plenty of speed on the outside. Ding-dong battle between him and Kim Nielsen. Kim Nielsen now switches to the outside. He's going to give that line a go, but it's not paying off for him like it was for Polistad. Oh, tight at the back. Kostikov, he's getting involved. But the Dane, Leon Madsen, looks classy out in front. Yeah,
Madsen having a great night, isn't he? And as you rightly say, he looks very classy indeed. He's off the last corner, bike working beautifully, and he wins pretty comfortably. Polistad for Norway does Denmark a favour by nicking another point off for Sweden. As hard as Kim Nielsen tried, just could not make it stick. And Polistad, after opening the door and allowing Nielsen through, fair play, that was a tenacious ride from Polistad. But the Madsen, super ride out in front, 3 points for Denmark. Polistad, 2 points for Norway. Kim Nielsen, 1 point in third for Sweden. And Kostikovs for Latvia missed out now. And all of a sudden, Denmark have moved away. And they've got a 5-point lead.
Yeah, it's a clever ride from Madsen. He doesn't make a good start from gate 3, but he's intelligent. He turns back. To be fair, Polistad left the door wide open for him. He went too wide on the first corner.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he was too interested on that in the outside line, and left a big hole. Madsen was savvy to it, switched back, and then once he got in front, he stretched his lead. Here's the big battle between Nielsen and Polistad. Polistad is using that outside line. He's an accomplished rider in the Polish league and rides very well for Gorzów week in, week out. So not surprising to see him in amongst the points.
He made it hard work though. I just wonder if he had actually stayed to the inside in the first corner, he might well have made Madsen work a lot harder. But maximum score so far, 3 rides, 3 wins for Leon Madsen, who's going along very nicely indeed. He's had an inconsistent season this year in the Grand Prix. He's been up and down like a yo-yo, but here tonight he is the star man for Denmark without doubt. And they move on to 22 points. Latvia back in 17. Denmark are in charge of this right now. It's theirs to lose, you would suggest. Sweden back in third, just behind Latvia. And those two teams have really got to turn on the style now if they want to make the Speedway World Cup final. Torsel's on the inside for Sweden. Gate 2 is for Fredriksson with a warning for Norway. Gus, gate 3 for Latvia. Gate 4 for Michael Jepsen-Jensen. What's he going to do from there? Jepsen-Jensen looked so much better last time. Really impressive indeed. Here we go. Revs up, green light was on, and we're into the first turn. Torsel's made a lovely start on the inside, hugs the inside, while Michael Jepsen-Jensen's going roaring around the outside. He's going to get tight down the back straight, but that's the difference this year. There's just that little bit more racing room down that back straight, and that allows the Danish rider Jepsen-Jensen into second place. We've got Francis Gus back in third. He's going along pretty well, but look at this from Torsel. He looks terrific in front for Sweden.
Yeah, where's this come from? He hasn't shown this speed all night. A little pickup going into turn 3. Jepsen-Jensen closes the gap a little bit, but this is a fantastic ride for Torsel. This is what he's capable of. Jepsen-Jensen tried that outside first lap or so, but it's not working. Fastest line now seems to be the shortest way round.
Yeah, we had that delay. The traction's dried a little bit, and it's the inside line, and the blue groove is beginning to appear. Michael Jepsen-Jensen keeping Jakob Torsel very honest in front. One last chance for Jepsen-Jensen. He goes to the outside. Torsel on the inside. The charge to the line is going to get close, but Torsel hangs on. That's an important win for Sweden. Just dropped 5 points behind the leaders, and now just reduces it by 1 point. So 4, but still work to be done. Torsel, good ride off of gate number 1, 3 points for Sweden, 2 points for Denmark. Jepsen-Jensen, Gus back in third place for Latvia, 1 point for them, and Fredriksson misses out there. And this is all about the start. It's a really nice ride from Torsel here.
Yeah, he's got the bike working well around the inside, makes a clever start from gate 1, holds a tight line, doesn't make the mistake that Polistad did in the race before. Jepsen-Jensen, he quickly secures second place. He's smart, he moves across the Latvian, secures second place. and then sets out after Torsell, but really couldn't make any impression. The racing line really has, sort of in the last couple of races, like you say, since the delay with the starting gate, the track's dried out, or the outside line is dried out, and it's made that inside line there's a bit of rubber going down now, isn't there? A bit of a blue groove which you can get traction from.
Yeah, absolutely. And Torsell's had a pretty solid night. Just one blip in his second ride, but a nice win in his previous ride. Okay, now Emma's down there, and Freddie Lindgren joins her now.
Freddie, when we spoke earlier, you were kind of saying you didn't know how it was going to go with your injury. How are you feeling?
Well, it's not perfect, I'll tell you that, but you know, I'm fighting through, doing the best that I can, and we're still in it. You know, Team Sweden, still a couple of points off the Danes, but still have a chance.
As a collective, you are indeed doing very well, only 4 points behind the Danes, like you say. What's the plan from here, Freddie?
Well, we got to start winning more heats like Jakob did here. You know, that's the key for us.
And finally, just for you, are you going to be okay for the rest of the night, Freddie? Because we've seen you limping around here, so I just want to check.
Well, I hope so. You know, I'll give it my best.
Best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, good to hear from Freddie Lindgren. He's a tough customer. He's been around a long time. He's a 40-year-old veteran now, but suffering with that badly injured left ankle. But he's doing sterling work for his country here this evening. 4 points behind Denmark, who are on 24, 20 points for Sweden, 18 for Latvia, 10 points for Norway. Without question now, Denmark are in the driving seat, but they've still got to maintain their focus, because clearly Sweden have got a determination about them. And, you know, rides like that previous one from Jakob Torsell, those are the sort of rides that could see Sweden just keep the opportunity to go through to the final. And they will want to. Linus Sundström, he's an ambitious manager, no question about that. So Jakobsen still maintains the fastest winning time. Torsell has the fastest speed in heat number 12, the last race that we just witnessed, with Kim Nielsen there in second place and Lindgren in third. So Sweden dominating the speed trap. Liam Madsen is having a smashing night. He's been unbeaten so far, and he's also gone the furthest distance in heat number 7. So the gate stats for you. So 4 wins from the inside gate, 1 win, only 1 win from gate 2, 3 now from gate 3, and 4 from the outside. Those 2 gates have been pretty much the favoured ones throughout the evening so far. 21 points scored from the inside, 14 points scored from gate 2. Gate 3 scored 16, and gate 4 scored 21. So Leo Madsen just passing on his advice. And Nicky Pedersen, will he give Anders Thompson? It's going to be tough now for Thompson if they put him back in now. Jakobsen missed out last time, but he still looked pretty competitive. But it will be interesting to see whether Thompson gets an opportunity for a ride in this next block of races. He's due to come out. When's he due to come out? Anders Thompson, he's due to come out in heat number 13, the very next race. So we'll wait and see if that is the case. There you can see it. Berntsen, Kamhag, Thompson and Gus. But I've got to say, Thompson and Berntsen haven't ridden so far. Well, they've only had, well, Berntsen hasn't ridden. Thompson's only had 1 ride. Then we've got Mikkelsen, Torsell, Kostegovs and Glenn Moy. Glenn Moy being a bit of a hero last time for Norway. Łebedevs, Leon Madsen, Timo Lahti, Lasse Fredriksson. That's in heat 15, and heat 16 is Jepsen Jensen, Lindgren, Polestad and Kolodinskis. That's quite a tear-up, actually, in heat number 16. What would you put your team manager's hat on for a moment? Anders Thompson, a Grand Prix winner not very long ago, had 1 poor ride, but all the other guys had, 2 or 3 of the other guys had poor rides and turned it around. Would you give him another go?
It's a tricky one because he's not been out for a long time now, and I always find with these events, the longer you leave it when you take someone out or when you're waiting to put a reserve in, the harder it is for them to get up to speed with track conditions.
Well, we just saw a picture of Freddie Jakobsen putting his helmet on.
Yeah.
And it does appear that, as
I
you
think
say,
that's
there
the
he
wise
is.
move, I think.
So Jakobsen has been nominated to replace Anders Thompson in the very next race. So yeah, looks like Freddie Jakobsen will come in to replace Anders Thompson in heat number 13. Oliver Berntsson is programmed to ride here for Sweden, but hasn't had a ride tonight. Kim Nilsson has taken all of his rides so far. Nilsson's on 5 points from 3 rides. I would think Lina Sundström will keep that the same. Sweden have got gate 1 again here. They had it with Torssell in heat number 12 and 1 from there. Kim Nilsson off the inside gate. I would suggest that that would be a no-brainer for me. They should maintain that. But Leon Madsen just giving his teammate a bit of encouragement. Anders Thompson in close proximity. Not easy for such a quality rider to be pulled out and then standing around watching. Not easy this, to maintain your enthusiasm and your focus. That is Kim Nilsson, and he will replace Oliver Berntsson in heat number 13. Crack on.
Yeah, it's a tricky one to deal with really as a rider, because you obviously, it's a team event. You want the team to do well, of course you do. However, when you get pulled out of a ride and someone goes in and wins, there's actually a part of you that's a bit disappointed, because you want it to be you, and you want to get back out there again. So yeah, it's mixed emotions really. He'll be pleased Denmark are winning, but there will be a tinge of disappointment.
Of course, he's only human after all, and it's something that you have to experience all the time at some point. He's experiencing it right now. Now riders have been released and they're making their way around for heat number 13. This is the last block of programmed ride before the nominated rides between heats number 17 and 20. We've got 2 changes to the programme here, with Kim Nilsson replacing Oliver Berntsson, and Anders Thompson has been replaced by Freddie Jakobsen. 24 points for Denmark, 4 points in front of Sweden on 20. Latvia going along pretty well, you know, on 18. But these next 4 races are really crucial to who is going to qualify for the Speedway World Cup in the Nadadovi Stadium on August the 29th. Denmark are the favourites, 4-point lead. And with a 4-point lead, the other teams cannot make a tactical substitute. They can't do it. So it's actually quite a nice lead for Denmark at this stage. So here we go then. Heat number 13, we've got Kim Nilsson. He's on the inside for Sweden. Cam Haag comes out, gate number 2 for Norway. Freddie Jakobsen for Denmark in gate 3, and Francis Gus for Latvia off the outside. Track has been knocked back into shape. Been behaving really well actually tonight. Green light is on. We're away. Long pause. Oh my goodness. Francis Gus was all over the place off the start. That's allowed Kim Nilsson to hit the front. Good news for Sweden, just like in the previous race. Cam Haag's come through in the 2nd place. He's a fly in the ointment down the back straight, that's for sure, with Jakobsen. Wow. Oh, Gus has turned the bike inside out and has landed very heavily on the track down in turns 3 and 4. Really awkward moment for him. Track's a little bit greasy where the water's gone down. Turned the bike awfully hard. Was almost going backwards at one point. Yeah,
it looks like the track's been maybe watered a touch too much. They all 3 riders at the back there overturned it going into turn 3.
Right.
Possibly, you know, a little bit of water on the inside line has made it a little bit greasy. Nasty looking incident there. But to be honest, it's done the Danes a favour, because Jakobsen was at the back and the Swedes are in front, and that's a 3-point haul if it stayed as it was.
Yes.
Yeah, look, blue and white both.
I'm expecting Gus to be excluded here.
Footrest digs in and he just flicks over the high side. He turns the bike so hard and bang.
Oh, he's landed heavily.
He really
You can actually break your collarbone easily doing that.
Yeah.
I think he thought he was going to...
Ouch.
Yeah, Gus is out of the race. That's just been confirmed. No surprise there. I think he possibly thought he was going to run into the Norwegian rider there, Cam Haag. Yeah. And as a consequence, he really had to pull a big locker. But the track just being watered, a little bit greasy, just caught him out.
Yeah.
But good to see him up and about, because Gus has been a little fragile in the past. He's had some injuries. He's missed some significant speedway at times.
Yeah.
But for the home team, that is not good news. They could ill afford to drop points in this last round of races. As I say, this last block prior to the nominated races really is crucial, particularly for the teams in 2nd and 3rd, if they're going to be able to claw their way back into trying to win this meeting. Exclusion light is on.
And it does, you look at that now and you look at 3 riders in the rerun, it does the Danes a massive favour, because because for the Swedes to claw back into Swedes are in second place. They're the closest rivals. For them to claw back into this, they need to win races, and they need other teams to fill the gap, second and third, and the Danes need to run a last or something like that.
Well, when Kim Nielsen wins here and the Danes are second, and the lead is down to 3. But it's a long haul. They need to keep doing that. But there is the opportunity, because we are heat 13. We've got 4 races. So it's still an opportunity. But as I say, I agree with you. It would help if you had other riders that could take points off the Danish team. But it's less likely when there's only 3 starters. Norway team just finding it a little tough out there this evening, which is understandable. They did come into the evening the underdogs here out of the 4 teams, but Gust's feeling the effects of that, and understandably he got thrown into the track pretty hard.
Yeah, he's going to feel that tomorrow morning.
So riders coming back out now for the restart of heat number 13. Yep, here they come. Riders are up at tapes. Kim Nielsen is already there. He's having a good dig around on gate number 1. Freddie Jakobsen will be gate 3. Not the greatest place to start from, but got to say that if Sweden are going to do anything about Denmark, they're going to have to pick up a win here. This is a really, really key moment for that man. Kim Nielsen, back in the Grand Prix in 2027. He's on the inside gate. His teammate won the previous race from the very same position. He had hit the front in the initial stagings of Heat 13. He's got to reproduce it here again. Restart of Heat 13, the lineup. Kim Nielsen on the inside for Sweden. Gate number 2 for Norway is Cam Haag. Jakobsen out of gate number 3 for Denmark, and Francis Gus for Latvia has been excluded from this particular heat. Just the 3 of them. Here we go then. Revs up, green lights on, tapes up now, and we're away. Nielsen.
He's going to be out. Jakobsen's going to be out because he's on a warning, I think. He moved there, yeah.
He is.
He'll be out.
So that is absolutely, that is a bit of a schoolboy error if that is the case. Because they have thrown the opportunity away, and it could well be the lead potentially could be down to 1 point. It could be down to the 1 point. Heat number 13's taking an age. Let's have another look.
Keep your eye on the red helmet colour.
He's out.
Yeah, he'll be out.
Jesper Tinshoff, a Danish referee, is going to have to exclude a Danish rider who moved too early, carrying a warning. You do it again. The rule book tells you red is out. This is drama. Denmark making life hard for themselves. Opportunity for Sweden. Kim Nielsen needs to capitalise. And grabbing 3 points back after heat number 13. The lead will be reduced to just 1 point. And Denmark, Jakobsen will be kicking himself now. And that puts pressure on Nicky Pedersen. Does he keep using him, or does he then put Anders Thomsen back in?
Well,
tough one, really tough.
Because twice now he switched to the start. Are the nerves getting the better of him? You know, it's a big stage for him. Denmark have been under pressure. Is he feeling the effects of that?
Well, he has to. It's a match race now between Sweden and Norway. Got to believe that Kim Nielsen, absolute red-hot favourite here to pick up the 3 points. Would be a shock if he doesn't do so. There he is, in the box seat. 3rd time of asking off the inside gate with Nielsen in gate 1 for Sweden. And we've got Cam Haag out of gate number 2 for Norway. Here we go. Tapes up. Into the first turn, Nielsen's there comfortably, hugs the inside, exactly what Sweden needed to do, and this meeting could be turned on its head in less than 60 seconds. Kim Nielsen, it is greasy in that bottom corner. You could see him searching for a little bit of grip. He was a bit untidy, but this is it. He's delivering exactly what Sweden need now.
Yeah, Kim Nielsen doing exactly what he needed to do. Nothing stupid. He's riding a clever line out in front. He's dealing with these track conditions really well. He's a very accomplished motorcyclist, isn't he? Like he's well in control of the bike. You can see he controls the front of the bike very well.
Yeah.
Very good at turning the bike. Oh, hello. Hello, just as I say it.
Commentators cursed on him.
Oh, shut up now, Kim.
Hang on, 1 lap to go. He looks a little untidy in turn number 3 on the opening lap. Yeah. Very nearly threw it away. Linus Sundström would have had his heart in his mouth there momentarily, but he's through for the last lap in heat number 13, and Sweden are right in it now. That is a significant moment. in this Speedway World Cup semi-final in the Biķernieki tonight. And Kim Nielsen, as the reserve rider, replacing Oliver Berntsen throughout the evening, has picked up a vital win in heat number 13 eventually. 3 points for Sweden with Kim Nielsen, 2 points for Cam Haag and Norway, no points for Denmark or Latvia, with both riders being excluded. We'll see it again, fairly straightforward, apart from the fact that he very nearly threw it away late on.
Yeah, fast start from Nielsen from gate 1. He's been gating well tonight. Rides a clever line around the first bend, front wheel over the curb. Back wheel, getting that fresh dirt that no one else has been on. This might be where, yeah, backs it into turn 3 and then woof, bike picks up. Engine revs will have dropped as he turned hard, and bike picks up, shoots him across the corner, but shows excellent bike control to get it back under control and take the race win. But yeah, heart in the mouth moment there for Sundstrom and Kim Nielsen.
Very much so. He's had a good night so far, Kim Nielsen. Say 24 points to 23, heat 14. Denmark have got 2 inside gates in the next 3 races. That could come just right for them. They've got Mikael Mikkelsen here on the inside gate, and he has been absolutely flying in his last 2 rides after a disappointing opening gambit in heat number 1. He's been unbeaten since, and the inside gate has been one of the favourite gates here this evening. Jakob Torsell, a winner last time from gate 1. He starts from gate number 2. Not so easy to win races from gate number 2. So Mikkelsen coming in here for Denmark, gate 1. Jakob Torsell, gate 2 for Sweden. Łebedevs coming in for Latvia, gate number 3, and Glenn Moy off the outside for Norway. Łebedevs coming in to replace Kostakofs here for Latvia. Takes her up, we're racing, and it's all about Mikkelsen into the first turn for Denmark. Denmark responding with the former European champion. Torsell through into second place. Łebedevs trying to creep around the outside, does so. Good effort from Łebedevs. He then turns hard in the middle of the corner, blocks the run from Torsell. Łebedevs has got speed in second place. He's coming on strong, but I tell you what, Mikkelsen's going to be a difficult man. Look at that bike, absolutely jet propelled off of turn number 2, second time around.
Yeah, Mikkelsen's bike is hooking up so hard down the straight, front wheel pouring the air as he stretches his lead. Łebedevs coming under a little bit of pressure now from Torsell, but Mikkelsen, ever since that first ride, whatever he's done, he's turned his night around and has been unbeaten ever since.
Yeah, he's looking good here. And I've got to say that Andrei Łebedevs coming in as a replacement for Kostakofs is doing Denmark a favour as well with keeping Torsell back in 3rd place. So all of a sudden, just 1 point lead before this race. They've stretched it out now, and a couple more points, 3-point lead at the completion of heat number 16. Still on here, still all to race for, but Mikkelsen rock solid off the inside. Łebedevs getting the better of Torsell, and that was handy for Denmark. Mikkelsen with 3 points for Denmark, 2 points for Łebedevs and Latvia. Torsell back in 3rd place, 1 point for Sweden, and Glenn Moy misses out for Norway. Position is still tight, but Denmark still out in front.
Yeah, very composed start from Mikkelsen as the pressure was starting to build on the Danes. Makes an intelligent start, and first corner, there we see Łebedevs. He swoops around the outside of Torsell, and like you called it, he then swoops across the front.
Turns it hard there, doesn't he?
Drops it on him going into turn 3 and parks it. Makes sure that he makes life very difficult for Torsell following him to turn 3. There's Mikkelsen, slow-mo of him, looking brilliant out in front. He really has looked $1 million since his first race, so right under him.
Yep, unbeaten apart from the first ride. Really looking good. 27 points now for Denmark. They lead the way after heat number 14. 24 points for Sweden, 3 points back. 20 points for Latvia in 3rd. It is going the way of the Danish team, but by golly, it's not an easy night for them, far from it. They've had to work for this. Poor start from the favourite team, but then have come on strong. But that exclusion by Freddie Jakobsen in the previous race, you must say, put them on the back foot a touch. Just a slender lead with Kim Nielsen coming through, but like Mikael Mikkelsen, impressive. And Łebedevs nicking a point as well off of Torcel. That could be quite crucial. Now, there will be a slight delay here because Łebedevs is programmed to come straight back out in heat number 15. He was a replacement for Kostigovs in the previous race, and he's due to come out in heat number 15 off the inside gate. So Phil Morris will give the captain of the Latvian team just a little bit more time to get himself ready for the next race. But the Latvians on the back foot a little bit. It's slipping away from them, their chances. It would be a bit of a surprise now if they can do it, but Łebedevs will give his very best.
Yeah, we know that. He's a tough performer, works very hard, and he'll be keen. He's a proud Latvian in front of his home crowd. He'll want to try and show a bit of pride here and get points on the board for Latvia. There we see Phil Morris just advising him on time, I would imagine, and how long he's got left before they start.
Well, what are they having
15.
to do? You know, they're having to turn this bike around double quick time, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. It'll be a tyre change, cool the clutch down, put some more fuel in it, and they're the sort of basics that you'll do every time. And then there might be some bike changes that Łebedevs maybe feels he needs. But the mechanics don't seem to be anything like that. It just seems routine maintenance from ride to ride. So tyre, fuel, cool the clutch down, off we go.
So, just a few more moments. Phil Morris being just giving him a little bit of extra time, but the riders have been released now for heat number 15. Got Leon Madsen coming out for Denmark here off of gate 2, and Leon Madsen is unbeaten tonight. That's going to put a lot of pressure on Timo Lahti, who's not got a good gate here. Gate number 3, quite possibly the worst gate this evening. So Sweden are sort of closing into 1 point just a couple of races back. All of a sudden, they're going to have to produce something pretty spectacular. And Leon Madsen's got great speed. Crowd love Łebedevs. Yeah. The reception he's getting on his way round to the start, that's terrific. I love that.
Yeah, he's a local celebrity, isn't he? He's the country's top man, Grand Prix rider, and class performer.
He's very well known. The rut's getting a bit deeper now. Timo Lahti, who's made some good starts this evening. Yeah, I reckon if anybody can make a start at gate 3, on the evidence of the evening so far, it could just be him, you know.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, he's looked slick off the start. He's got a tough lineup inside him. Leon Madsen's looked nigh on unbeatable so far tonight. Hopefully I haven't just given him the commentator's curse. But he has looked
Lahti's got to
good.
bounce back. He missed out in heat number 10. So heat number 15 with Łebedevs on the inside for Latvia. Leon Madsen, gate 2 for Denmark. Gate 3 for Sweden is Lahti. And off the outside in heat number 15 is Fredriksson for Norway. Revs are up the green. Oh my goodness, Lahti's jumped the start. That's a disaster for Sweden. You can't do that. No, you can't do that and expect to go through. And without question, I would say that is all about pressure of the moment. Yeah, he's got Leon Madsen, who's unbeaten, going great guns, and Lahti's just charged at the tapes. Can't do it. You can't do it now.
So there's a fraction of movement from the Norwegian on the outside, but not enough to send him through the tapes.
I think it's an indication of how he's really feeling, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, he did twitch, didn't he?
He does move twitch a little, and any movement.
But it's confirmed now that Timo Lahti has been taken out of the race and excluded, and you would suggest that could be game over unless there's a bit of a disaster for Denmark in the last few races. This round of heats has been, well, a lot of restarts. And Timo Lahti, he will be furious with himself, frustrated as well, and feel like he's let the side down. Because Leon Madsen, you've got to say Madsen is red-hot favourite to win heat 15. He's unbeaten tonight, even when he hasn't made the start. Madsen's had speed to burn here this evening. As you said earlier on, Ollie, he loves these sort of conditions. It's smooth, there isn't a great deal of grip. He generates lots of speed by sitting upright on the bike. He gets the full footprint of the tyre on the ground.
Agreed, yeah.
And it's worked a treat for him so far tonight. Restart, heat number 15, riders back at tapes. Łebedevs is on the inside. the local hero. Leon Madsen will start for Denmark, gate number 2. No rider out of gate number 3 for Sweden, and Fredriksson for Norway will go from the outside. Here we go. Madsen can put a hammer blow into Sweden here. Takes her up. And away we go, and it's all about Łebedevs. Łebedevs has done a smashing job off the inside. He's hit the front, very nearly had both wheels over the white line on the first turn, but he's managed to hang on out in front. Here comes Madsen, charging round the outside. Łebedevs' nose. He's going to be in for a battle here because Madsen has been super quick throughout the evening, but Łebedevs holding firm in front at the moment, but Madsen winding it on in second place.
Yeah, 2 top riders here riding contrasting lines. You've got Łebedevs out in front, hugging the curb. Madsen running a wider line. Madsen's got so much speed in his bike. Hook up down the straight. He's going to gain loads of ground on him here. He's going to move into the outside into turn 3. Is there enough grip out there to swoop round the outside?
Here comes Leo Madsen. Flies round the outside of Łebedevs. Just unstoppable tonight. Look at the bike powering away. He's a featherweight. He's really reveling in these conditions, and the change to the Biķernieki are just what Madsen has absolutely loved here this evening. 4 rides, 4 wins, Denmark under 30 points, and all of a sudden they've got a 6-point lead over the Swedish team, who can make a tactical substitute. But Leon Madsen and Denmark in the driving seat. 3 points for Madsen and Denmark. Łebedevs, 2 points for Latvia, 1 point for Fredriksson for Norway, and Timo Lahti excluded. Good ride from Madsen. Łebedevs did everything he could.
Yeah, Łebedevs from the inside. He makes the start off gate 1. But Leon Madsen, he's got one thing on his mind. As soon as he can, he's going to get his bike onto the sort of mid to outside part of the track and start building his speed up, building his momentum up. Łebedevs, like I said during the race, running a completely different line, running very tight round the corners, and then Madsen's got so much speed in a straight line, and probably pulling 2-3 teeth less than Łebedevs. There's Madsen, full of confidence on the back wheel over the finish line. He's looked brilliant tonight, and and he'll feel good about tomorrow only with the Grand Prix.
Absolutely right, and a performance like that tonight, so tomorrow night, will be very timely for him. Hasn't had a great run in the Grand Prix. He's been inconsistent. We've got a change here. No, we haven't. We've got Michael Jensen, excuse me. He will start for Denmark on the inside. There's the position with 30 points to Denmark, 6 points in front of Sweden. And Lindgren out here. I haven't heard that he's been replaced, so I'm assuming no tactical substitute by Linus Sundström in heat number 16. Last race before the nominated race, that is Lindgren. And Lindgren, who back in Speedway after, well, several months out, hasn't done a bad job. Jensen on the inside for Denmark. Lindgren's out of gate 2 for Sweden. Polestad out of gate 3 for Norway. And Kolodinskis with a warning from the outside for Latvia. He's the wild card tomorrow, Kolodinskis. Busy weekend for him. He'll be loving it. Here we go. He's 16. Tapes up. Oh, Lindgren's missed it completely. I think he may have moved a touch, actually. He was off balance anyway. But Jensen untidy. It's getting tight down the back straight. Kolodinskis coming across, gets the better of Polestad. Once again, Polestad coming up the inside. It's all going on behind Michael Jensen. But this is a huge moment and pretty much sealing the deal for Denmark at a 6-point lead with Freddie Lindgren out the back. That is going to extend it to 9, and it's looking very, very good now for Team Denmark. Polestad trying to come up the inside, and he has done, and he's riding well in second place.
He is indeed. Polestad has been solid tonight for Norway, riding a good line in second place there to beat Kolodinskis. Freddie Lindgren nowhere in this one. Put a bit of effort in the first lap, but since then he's really just tailed off at the back, and he's now pulling over. Yeah, he's struggling with that foot, possibly saving it for the GP tomorrow. But Polestad's got plenty of speed, putting a bit of pressure on Jensen. But Jensen's going to take it home.
Yeah. Super ride for Michael Jensen. And the Danish team moving on to 33 So they now, as a consequence of Freddie Lindgren missing out in the heat number 16, have a 9-point lead with 4 races to go. They are almost there. They are almost in the Speedway World Cup final on August the 29th in Warsaw. Jepsen Jensen, nice ride out in front, 3 points for Denmark. Strong ride for Pollestad in second place for Norway. Kolodinskis for Latvia in third, 1 point. And Lindgren got a bit untidy there. He had a warning on the start, didn't get away well, and found this race very difficult.
Yeah, Freddie Lindgren there in the yellow helmet just has a little nibble before the tapes goes up, and from then on, this race never really got going. Jepsen Jensen rides a conservative first corner around the curve, bike picks up as he comes onto the back straight. Then the battle commences between, there we see that lift from Jepsen Jensen. We see the battle between Kolodinskis and Pollestad in second place. Pollestad just barges his way up the inside, forceful, moves into second place. And Pollestad's been handy tonight. He's been in the points most races. He'll be pleased with his night's work. There's that Peter Johns GM of Jepsen Jensen. He's looked good tonight ever since that first ride.
Yeah, he has indeed. As you can see there, failed to score first time out, but has only dropped 1 point subsequently. So a strong performance from the captain of the Danish team. They have a 9-point lead with 4 races remaining. 33 points for Denmark, 24 points for Sweden, and Latvia on 23, Norway on 15. Denmark in the driving seat. There are 12 more points available, so Denmark getting ever nearer. So as I was saying, it's getting ever closer. It would be quite a surprise now if Denmark were to slip up. But without doubt, after a bit of a shock to the system in the first 4 races where they only scored 3 points from 4 rides, the Danish team, they have been the dominant force subsequently. So nominated races, team managers will come forward and nominate their riders for the next 4 races. The first team manager to come forward will be the Norwegian team manager, and that will be Kenny Clipper Smith, and he will come forward, and then the third place team, the second place team, and the leading team, Denmark, will be the final team to nominate their riders for heats 17 through to 20. So let's have another look at the gate stats for you. 7 wins from the inside, 2 from gate 2, 3 from gate 3, and 4 wins from the outside gate so far this evening in 16 races. And the points scored from those respective gates now: 32 points from the inside gate, 20 points from gates 2 and 3, and 23 points from the outside gate. Now that has changed significantly in the last block of races, without doubt. Gate number 1 becoming much more productive in the last 4 heats. Track grading going on, and the last 4 races coming up for you. Denmark almost there, not too much more they need, and they will be the 4th and final qualifier for the Speedway World Cup. We've got Poland and Australia and Great Britain waiting for them. And coming into tonight, everybody's saying, yeah, it'll be straightforward for Denmark. They should fly through. They're the red-hot favourite. They've got quality throughout the team. Well, they were in 4th place after 4 heats, and it was a bit of a shock for them. But and even when they put themselves on the back foot again, didn't they, Ollie? When Jakobsen got excluded for moving at the start for the second time, and the lead was down to 1.
Yeah, they've dug themselves a couple of holes, but it's been impressive how they've not panicked. They've carried on doing what they do, and I think by the time the night is over, we'll look at the points and it will look really comfortable. But actually, at times, it's been tight. But we spoke about that in Lancia. It was the same there, wasn't it?
Yes.
At the end of the meeting, it looks like Great Britain won comfortably, but there were times when it was tight, and I, as a manager, you start to think, oh, this is closer than I want it to be.
Yeah. The Czech Republic team did come back at Team Great Britain on that particular evening, but then the quality of your team, they won the important races at the back end of the meeting and won relatively comfortably in the end. Denmark have started poorly tonight, got it all wrong to begin with, but then you have to admire the way they've turned it around, because all of them have really got their bikes working a real treat.
I think in this format, it's very difficult to pull away quickly. It's you need the if you as a team, if you're winning races, it depends what your closest rival are doing.
Well, you need good fortune from your second-place team. They need to drop out.
They do, yeah. If you can get wins when they come last, or when they win, you need to limit the damage.
Exactly.
And that makes a huge difference. It's very hard to pull away quickly. It's not like conventional league racing where you get a 5-1 and all of a sudden, it's a big gap. You can't do that in this format. So yeah, it does make it for tight racing.
And that's why you're a team manager and I'm not. No, it's true. But I've enjoyed this evening. I'm really pleased that this track has improved.
Yeah, agreed.
Because it was heavily criticised in the last couple of years. We've seen some indifferent racing, but the track surface, for its first time back on the big stage with the work that's been done, it has behaved beautifully. So not too much longer now, and we will be joining the team down. So we can go down now, I believe, and Emma is there, and she will take us through the rider selections for Heat 17 through to Heat 20.
I certainly will, and we will start with what is currently the 4th place team manager in Norway, Kenneth Clipper Smith. Kenneth, do you want to come and make your rider selections? Starting with Heat 17.
Truls Kamhaug.
And Heat 18.
Mathias Bollestad.
Heat 19.
Lasse Fredriksen.
And Heat 20.
Glenn Moy.
Can you just repeat that for us, please? Heat 17.
Truls Kamhaug.
Heat 18.
Mathias Bollestad.
Heat 19.
Lasse Fredriksen.
And Heat 20.
Glenn Moy.
Okay, thank you. We're just going to wait one moment for that to be confirmed. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Kenneth. Okay, next up then we have the Latvia team manager, Vladimir Vadels. Hi, Vladimir. Who is your rider for Heat 17?
In 17, Heat Alex Mikhailovs.
Thank you. Heat 18?
Daniils Kolodinskis.
Thank you. 19?
Evgeny Kostegovs.
And finally, Heat 20.
Andžej Łebedevs.
Thank you. Can I just get you to repeat that one more time, please? Heat 17?
Heat 17, Alex Mikhailovs.
18?
Daniils Kolodinskis.
19?
Evgeny Kostegovs.
And 20.
Andžejs Łebedevs.
Thank you, Vladimir. Best of luck. Thank you very much. Okay, next up then we have the Sweden team manager, Linus Sundström. Hi, Linus. Heat 17?
Heat 17, Kim Nilsson.
Thank you. Heat 18?
Jakob Tuchel.
Heat 19?
Timo Lahti.
Thank you very much. And finally, Heat 20.
Fredrik Lindgren.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much, Linus. Best of luck. And finally, the Denmark team manager, Nicky Pedersen. How are you?
Hello, I'm all right, thank you. Yourself?
Proud of your lads so far tonight?
Yeah, it was a tough start we had, so of course I'm proud of the boys. They did a nice job so far.
Brilliant. So, Heat 17, who's your pick?
In Heat 17, we have Michael Jebsen Jensen.
Thank you. Heat 18?
Heat 18, we have Mikkel Mikkelsen.
Heat 19?
We have Anders Thompson in Heat 19.
Thank you. And finally, Heat 20.
Finally, Leon Madsen in Heat 20.
Thank you very much for that, Nicky. Best of luck. Okay, that's it for rider selection.
Yep, thank you very much, Emma. And we now know there may be some changes ahead here. I'll be interested to see exactly what happens with Freddie Lindgren, but Kim Nilsson, he's put his big gun out in heat number 17 of the inside gate, up against Michael Jebsen Jensen, who will start from gate number 3. There possibly was some thinking behind that. Kim Nilsson very good off the inside gate, won a very important race early on. Can he reproduce it? They will need to, and then they would need Mihalos or Kamhaug to take some points off Michael Jebsen Jensen. But this could be all over at the completion of Heat 17 if the results go the way of Denmark. And it's looking good for them.
Yeah, it is indeed. They've taken a firm hold of this meeting, and all 4 riders looking very good. The only question mark possibly is Fredrik Jakobsen. Maybe a touch of nerves has got the better of him with the tapes exclusion. Interesting to see that Nicky's left him in his last race. Would have
by my maths, which is not very good at all, if Denmark just take another point off of Sweden here and have a 10-point lead going in with 3 races to go with 9 available, then in truth it's all over and Denmark have qualified. So Kim Nielsen, to keep it going, has to beat Michael Jepsen-Jensen here, otherwise it is over and Denmark will be qualified. That is my maths. Latvia, I think it would be a huge stretch for them to battle their way back into it now.
When you look at this race, Kim Nielsen, gate 1 after a track grade, he's going to fancy his chances here. He's rapid round the curb. We've seen that time and time again. So gate 1 for him, it's looking favourite for me here.
Yep, I agree with that 100%. Riders coming out for heat number 17. What a moment it is. Will this be the race where we see Denmark go through to the Speedway World Cup final?
Could indeed.
In the Narodovi. So there's the situation, the point scores as we come into heat 17, 33, 24, 23. Latvia possibly could make it, just 1 point behind, but unlikely. But Denmark, with Michael Jepsen-Jensen, the captain of Denmark, here in number 17, that could well be the moment and could be the rider to do the business. But Kim Nielsen has ridden well this evening, is on the inside gate, and it's not going to be easy on a freshly prepared track from gate number 3.
No, it's not at all. It's going to be tough. A little bit of water's gone down. The outside line won't be as conducive as it was, so it's not going to be easy.
Here we go then, line up for heat number 17, Kim Nielsen on the inside for Sweden. Gate number 2 for Latvia is Mihalovs. Gate number 3, Jepsen-Jensen for Denmark, and Cam Haak will go from the outside for Norway. Here we go then. Revs come up now. Kim Nielsen with all the pressure on the inside. Got to make the start. Has done. Brilliant start from him. Hits the front. Round the inside. Coming through is Mihalovs into second place. That's done Sweden a bit of a favour, actually, that first turn from Mihalovs. Hasn't done a lot of racing tonight, but he's come in here to heat number 17, and he's holding second place. Michael Jepsen-Jensen having to work hard now, back in third place. This will keep it alive. Going to heat 2, heat number 18. Kim Nielsen doing a really good job for Sweden out in front here.
Yeah, it was a clever move by Linus, putting Kim Nielsen in gate 1 straight after a track grade. You can see the racing line's completely changed. All 4 riders, you ride in a very tight line. The outside line just isn't available at the moment. It's not conducive at the moment for much speed. So here we are, Swedes making 2 points back on the Danes.
Yeah, the lead will be 7 going into heat number 18, so they'll have to wait a little bit longer. Michael Jepsen-Jensen not making much of an impact here, which is a surprise. And Mihalovs was coming in here, but Kim Nielsen has done a good job there. And a good move by Linus Sundström to recognise that with Denmark having to start from gate number 3, they couldn't get to the first turn, and the Latvians have done the Swedes a big favour. And that just keeps this semi-final, Speedway World Cup semi-final alive for Sweden. 3 points for Kim Nielsen, 2 points for Latvia with Mihalovs in second place, Jepsen-Jensen 1 point in third. And the Norwegians miss out here, but a terrific start from Kim Nielsen.
Yeah, an electric start from Nielsen from gate 1. Using great clutch control all the way to the first corner. And then you see him, we've seen it time and time again from him, front wheel over the curb. He's very, very good at that. It's a perfect time to get him out on track. You see a slow-mo of Kim Nielsen riding that tight inside line, and there he is speaking to Linus Sundström, the team manager there. Good decision by him.
So the 7-point lead now with heat number 18. 9 points available with the last 3 races. Will it be now that Mikkel Mikkelsen can get the advantage over? There's a 7-point gap going into the last two races. They are almost there, really. In reality, they are almost there. But that third place from Michael Jepsen-Jensen has just kept it going for another race at least. So we'll run through the lineup for you. Jakob Torsell is the man that has the responsibility to keep winning. They just simply need to keep winning.
Yeah.
And if they can just take another point off of Denmark, then it will go into heat number 19 with 6 points available. That is the scenario, but Mikael Mikkelsen is a major threat from the outside. Pollestad on the inside for Norway. Torsell out of gate number 2 for Sweden. Kolodinskis gate 3 for Latvia, and Mikkelsen will go from the outside. I fancy Mikkelsen, you know, he's been going really well. This is possibly the moment for Denmark. Tapes are up and we're underway. But Torsell's made a lovely start out of gate number 2. Sensational stuff from Jakob Torsell. And out the back is Mikael Mikkelsen under pressure. Kolodinskis has come through to 3rd place. Now Mikkelsen round the outside of turns 3 and 4, working overtime, but Kolodinskis is still there, and Mikkelsen having to work very hard. Torsell's electing to go right round the inside. Kolodinskis, a big problem for Denmark, with Mikkelsen having to work so hard back in 3rd. Torsell out in front for Sweden. It's going on here. Mikkelsen's got to produce something special.
Yeah, what a start from Torsell. Kolodinskis looks dangerous in 2nd place, but Mikkelsen pulling all sorts of shapes in 3rd. You can tell the pressure's starting to kick in. He's now coming under pressure from Pollestad at the back. But what a ride from Jakob Torsell. What a start, what a ride. And Kolodinskis now moving down the outside on the back straight.
Kolodinskis coming on strong round the outside. Mikael Mikkelsen's all over the place, but Jakob Torsell has produced a stunning ride in heat number 18. It looked like it was going to be all over at the end of heat 17. Far from it. Far from it. They had a 9-point lead, Denmark, coming into the last 4 races. Now it's down to 5 with 2 races to go. Torsell, stunning ride. Character building ride from Torsell. Three points for Sweden. Kolodinskis, stunning ride in 2nd place. 2 points for Latvia. Mikael Mikkelsen has been flying, just couldn't get the bike working. He's back in 3rd.
No, that outside line has gone off. Jakob Torsell, what a start from gate 2. And that was over Pollestad as well, who's been going well. And we said earlier, Torsell was quick in one of his earlier races, he showed glimpses of speed. But I tell you what, when the pressure was on, he's come up with the goods there. And for Latvia to build 2nd place just puts a bit more pressure on the Danes. This meeting is still wide open.
It is indeed, 5 points in it. Anders Thompson is programmed to come out. Jakob Torsell made him a hero in heat number 18 for Sweden. That isn't Jakob Torsell, but those are his stats. He's had a couple of wins. But Anders Thompson is due to come out here. He hasn't had a ride, Anders Thompson, since the the 2nd race of the evening. 2nd race of the evening, if indeed it is him. I don't think it is, actually. I fancy it could be a change. I can't quite see.
No, it isn't. Is it Torsell's back?
So Denmark are on 35, Sweden are on 30, Latvia 27. They're out of it now. Number 3, Anders Thompson, has come in here. Big move, big moment for the Grand Prix winner, 2-time Grand Prix winner. Anders Thompson on the inside for Denmark. Fredriksson gate 2 for Norway. Timo Lahti for Sweden gate 3. And Kostakovs will go for the outside for Team Latvia. Timo Lahti has been red hot away from the tapes. He's going to have to do it again now, but gate 3, not the best place to be. Anders Thompson back in. He's had to be very patient for this ride. Can he make himself a hero? Lahti's made it!
What a start!
He's done a sensational start. Timo Lahti, formerly of Finland, now for Sweden, has fired himself to the front. Here comes Thompson, though. Thompson winding it on round the outside. He needs to get to the front. The lead is 5. The lead is 5. He needs to win. He needs to somehow get to the front, but it's gone wide. Timo Lahti holding firm, but Thompson's looking really threatening in 2nd place.
Yeah, Thompson showing plenty of speed. He's going to cut back and move up the inside of Timo Lahti. That is going to put the Danes straight through to the final. Lahti then dives up the inside, and Thompson repays the favour.
Thompson back to the front. This is absolutely vital. Timo Lahti back to the front. Now Thompson repays the compliment. Once again, stunning speedway in heat number 19. Thompson, oh my goodness, that's tight for 3rd and 2nd. But round the final corner, and Anders Thompson's been just standing around watching, and they're through to the final. They're through to the final. Wow, they've made that hard work.
They have, yeah.
Really hard work. And Anders Thompson, who hadn't been out on track since heat 2, comes out in heat number 19 and does the business for the Swedes, but by golly did they have to work hard for it. 3 points for Thompson. And he wins for Denmark. Kostagov's coming through into second place for Latvia. Timo Lahti just fading away to third place. What a start he made. I thought he was going to win it. Fredriksson misses out for Norway. See it again, Anders Thompson, he loves it, doesn't he?
Doesn't he?
Yeah, he knows.
He's got his kit on, though.
I'll tell you what, he's standing around bored for most of the evening, and now he comes out and he's the hero. What a moment. His timing is perfect, isn't it?
Yeah, perfect for him.
So 38 points to 31. And Denmark are in the final because of this race.
Oh, what a start from Timo Lahti from gate 3. That is the best start we've seen from there all night. But he's vulnerable in front. He's not overly quick. Thompson's quicker than him. And then once they start dueling with each other, they swap places. They go back and forth. And we see this is when Thompson, he dives up the inside of Lahti. Lahti reads the move. He'll cut back and repay the favour. There we see it happen, and Thompson does it again, dives up the inside. Eventually he gets enough speed. Let me see again, cut back up the inside, and this time he holds on to it, I believe. And then Lahti comes and he gets passed by the Latvian on the last bend. But what a ride from Anders Thompson, and that has sealed the deal for Denmark. They are through to the Speedway World Cup final.
They are indeed. And we now know the 4 teams that will go head-to-head, which will be a superstar meeting. Of course, it will be on the 29th of August in the PGE Narodowy Stadium in Warsaw. What a lineup, and a meeting not to be missed. Denmark, favourites coming in this evening, but my golly, they have had to work unbelievably hard. Nicky Pedersen said it with Emma. They started poorly, they then bounced back, but this last 4 races, they've almost handed it to Sweden, very nearly.
Yeah, Sweden certainly turned the pressure up, didn't they, in the last
they like Jakob Torsell coming out of gate 2 and winning heat 18. Sensational ride from him, but finally Anders Thompson, who hasn't had to do too much work tonight, produces the winning ride in heat number 19. One more ride to go to complete the evening. Heat number 20. I do hope you've enjoyed it. This has been a thrilling evening. The track has been good, really good. I'm looking forward to tomorrow's Grand Prix as well now. Could be quite a cracker with 3 riders vying for the World Championship in 2026. Kurtz and Smarslik locked together on 109. And of course, the form rider in the world right now, Robert Lambert, on 101 points, back in 3rd. That's all tomorrow. One more race to go tonight to complete the Speedway World Cup. Second semi-final here in the Biķernieki. They spent a lot of money here. Fair play to him. Line up for the last race. Łebedevs on the inside for Latvia. Leon Manson, gate 2 for Denmark. Glenn Moy comes off gate 3 for Norway. And for Sweden off the outside, it's Freddie Lindgren. But Łebedevs, he's going to delight the home crowd. He hits the front. Fantastic. Leon Manson, who's unbeaten, back in 2nd place. Here comes Freddie round the outside. He moves into 3rd place. Manson, he just goes across the corner, but Łebedevs really looks like he wants this last race. He wants to give the home crowd something to get right behind, and he's going great guns.
Yeah, Łebedevs looks really fast out in front. Like you say, he wants to give the home crowd something to cheer about, end on a high note for the Latvians. But the crowd have been fully behind their team tonight. Łebedevs stretching his lead out in front. Madsen, he's going to drop his first points of the night to the Latvian. But he's been brilliant tonight for Denmark, hasn't he, Madsen? Really led from the front.
Absolutely. When the other 3 riders in the first block of races were all over the show, Leon Madsen nailed it with a big win. Vital points, actually, as it turns out. But for Łebedevs, this is a wonderful way to finish the night. Terrific ride from Andrei Łebedevs. Give him full credit for that. But and they will finish. They will finish on. What will they get now? They may actually just sneak into 2nd place as a consequence. They had 29 points coming into heat 20. They're going to finish on 32. No, 1 point for Sweden. So they'll both be on 32, but a good effort from Latvia nonetheless. They've been competitive all night. Łebedevs in particular, of course, Grand Prix standard rider. Look forward to seeing him again tomorrow. Going to be a full house here. Tomorrow evening will be an electric atmosphere. But this has been a fantastic dress rehearsal for tomorrow night. No question about that. Speedway World Cup back in 2026, and we now know the finalists. Leon Madsen, he's been terrific tonight. Just shows you how good he can be.
Yeah.
Just needs to be more consistent.
Yeah, totally agree. He's an enigma, really. He's red hot 1 minute, and then another time he looks like he hasn't ridden for a couple of months. You never really know what you're going to get. Dane's out on track now.
Just go through the result for you for the last race of the night. Andrei Łebedevs, 3 points for Latvia. Leon Madsen in second, 2 points for Denmark. 1 point for Freddie Lindgren in Sweden in third. Glenn Moy for Norway missed out in the last race of the evening. We'll go through the replays for you. Łebedevs, super off the inside gate.
Yeah, great start from Łebedevs. He's out in front and he just pulls away. Loads of speed. He had loads of speed all night, but he was often caught up in traffic. Leon Madsen in second place. He's quite happy to sit there and take the 2 points. He's had a fantastic night. Led the way for Denmark. He's their top scorer. But Łebedevs delights the home crowd. He's on the back wheel over the finish line. You can now see him in front of us doing a burnout in front of the fans. They're loving it. There's Leon Madsen, Denmark's leader tonight. He really showed just what he is capable of, and he'll feel good about the Grand Prix tomorrow.
Yeah, he has to, doesn't he? And that's a real confidence-boosting performance for Leon Madsen, who has had his controversies on and off the track. Łebedevs celebrating in style, just giving the home fans something to get right behind. They love him, they adore him. He actually transcends the sport in this part of the world. He's well known outside Speedway, as well as being a star on the track as well. So he's ridden certainly his heart out tonight for Latvia, but they just didn't quite have the strength in depth to get the better of this team. They were the favourites. They made hard work of it on at least 2 occasions. They had an exclusion. That man, Freddie Jacobsen, put them under pressure. They started poorly. The last block of races, they weren't completely convincing, actually, particularly heats 17 and 18, but they just had enough to get over the line. And actually, the lead, the point score, 40 points to 32, kind of flatters them a little bit, you know, because it could have gone very wrong for them in that last round of races. But Denmark are in. They have a rich history in the Speedway World Cup, and they will be very much looking forward to the World Cup final on the 29th of August. Denmark win on 40 points, 32 points to Sweden in second place. Latvia finishing in third, and they had 32 points as well, and Norway 15 points for them in fourth. That's the conclusion of the racing. We will have the presentations very shortly for you. I believe we are going to get some reaction with the winning team, with Emma, pretty shortly as well. She's down there, I can see her, she's in position. The winning team making their way across the centre green as well. Whether we'll hear from all of them or we'll just hear from the captain and the team manager, we will find out in due course, but I'm sure there's a touch of relief about the performance tonight. OK, let's make our way down. Emma is ready for us on the centre green with Team Denmark.
Nikki, huge congratulations. Pardon?
I think they would be better for Nikki.
I'm not sure if you heard that, but Michael was just saying he thinks my shoes would be better for Nikki. Do you want to borrow them, Nikki?
I don't need them. I'm all right. I'm all right down here.
Look, huge congratulations. There were moments of pure dominance there, but also moments where it was quite hard work. Got the job done in the end. What's your message for the team?
Well, the message, of course, I'm proud of them, you know. When the first session, you know, was terrible, you know. We didn't quite find the setup, and it shows everybody that setup is so important in Speedway, you know. Everybody have 2 wheels, and they want to win. So we was just calculating wrong. I pulled the boys together, and we showed the strengths in the end, you know, and that's why I'm proud of them, you know. We knew we could do it, but it was tough the first session.
Absolutely, but you got the job done. Leon, I'm going to come to you next because it was a near-perfect night for you tonight, wasn't it? Does that give you confidence as well heading into the GP here tomorrow?
Yeah, for sure. It's a good practice before tomorrow, and it's a little bit new track here in Riga, so it was nice to try it out before tomorrow. Like Nikki said, you know, we were struggling a little bit in the beginning, but we managed to find the setup, and yeah, and everything went well at the end. So.
Congratulations. Michael, I'm going to come to you next. You certainly don't need my shoes, do you? How do you reflect on tonight?
No, I think it was all right. We got the job done, as we spoke before the meeting. It's going to be very important to get the points done. It's a track that you easily throw away a few heats as well, and yeah, we did that tonight. I don't think it was too bad a competition as well.
Absolutely. Mikkel, can you go all the way? Can you win?
Of course we can. Our chance is as good as anyone else. We showed today that even we got off to a pretty rough start, we got what it takes. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Warsaw. It was a big goal for us before the season. So yeah, we went through the hard way, and yeah, we're ready to fight.
Congratulations. Freddie, how would it feel if you did go all the way?
Oh, amazing, really. I think we showed some great character today, all teams. So yeah, bit of a good warm-up for Warsaw, I think.
Anders, we've already seen your celebrations when you won the GP. What celebrations would you do if you managed to win the World Cup?
I think I tried to get all the guys with me. Striptease, maybe. That could be funny, could it?
There's a lot of people rooting for you. Huge congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Now, I would look forward to that, that's for sure. But Team Denmark have done the job. And I do know that you know, the timing of Anders Thompson winning heat number 19 and securing the position in the Speedway World Cup was absolutely spot on. He's got an infectious smile, and it wasn't easy for him coming in after not riding for 17 races. I mean, that really was quite a long wait indeed. But in the end, Team Denmark have done the business. They've got a strong team, and they will make their presence felt in the World Cup final. You know, Poland, Australia, Great Britain, and Denmark, I must say, it's going to be a very competitive lineup indeed, and not easy to choose a winner. Even though Poland are at home, they don't have a great record in the Narodowy in the Grand Prix. From memory, I don't think they've had a Polish winner there.
No, I don't think they have.
But Team Denmark are winners tonight in the Biķernieki, Oli, and in the end, they got the job done.
They did. The strength in depth shone through in the end, didn't it? They were just more consistent across the board. But it was tight at times, and they showed a few little areas of weakness, certainly the last block of races.
Yeah, those two wins in heats 17 and 18 for Sweden, when they dropped to the 4 points in those two races, gave Sweden some hope. But in the end, the win in heat number 19 was sufficient. And actually winning by 8 points, it feels like it should have been less than that. But there we go. So the dignitaries coming forward now to present the trophies to the winning team. So Nicky Pedersen will be very pleased, and Nicky Pedersen will be very keen to lead his team to victory. Yeah. Nicky Pedersen is all about winning.
He is, yeah.
He's a winner, and he will be very keen to see this team do the business at the end of the month, that's for sure. Now, this is important. We've got the ticket to the final. Richard Coleman, the CEO of Mayfield Sports Events, on the left, and Harkin Lehman from the FIM on the right. Just that is the reward for tonight. The ticket to the big final in Warsaw at the end of the month on the 29th of August. Happy days now, but a little bit of relief involved in those smiles as well. There had to be with the way it started tonight. So let's just pause for now for the Danish national anthem. So there we go, Denmark winning the evening in Speedway World Cup semi-final number 2 is done. It's a good-looking team, and if they put their best foot forward in the final, then they will certainly be in contention for a medal. And there's no doubt that it's an opportunity for this team to win the World Cup. We've got the tickets still available for the Speedway World Cup final in Warsaw, still available on the 29th of August. So now that we know all the 4 teams, it's Poland, it's Australia, Great Britain and Denmark, a fabulous lineup, which should be a terrific night of Speedway. Celebration time for Team Denmark. Nicky Pedersen looks like he's quite excited. You've got to, you know, like, he's a controversial character, Nicky, on and off the track, but you cannot fault his enthusiasm and his passion for racing.
Yeah, absolutely not. He certainly is a rider. He divided opinion, but he is a character, and overall he was excellent for the sport and still is. No denying that.
So, will it be their year? As I say, of course, Australia qualified by winning the Speedway of Nations last year. That's how they got in. Poland as hosts are automatically seeded to the final. Great Britain and Denmark coming through the 2 semi-finals. And that is the lineup. Great Britain suffering from injuries this season, so not quite sure what the lineup will be for Team GB. But Australia without Jack Holder, but they've got plenty of strength and depth. Hard to call a winner, but there's no question in my mind that Poland, at home in the Narodowy, they're not going to have it all their own way. I don't believe so.
No, with it being a temporary track, it doesn't give them quite as much home track advantage as, say, somewhere like Bydgoszcz or Wrocław or somewhere like that.
Indeed.
So that's good for
Can't
us.
disagree. So that's it makes it a little bit more of a level playing field, that's for sure, going into the final. Fastest winning times this evening. Anders Thompson. A superstar performance in heat number 19 with a top speed of 117.3 kilometres an hour. Madsen going the scenic route there with 1,446 metres in heat number 7. And then after 20 races tonight, 10 wins from the inside gate, 3 from gate 2, 3 from gate 3 and 4 wins from gate number 4. Gate number 1 became very successful the longer the evening went on. And 41 points scored from the inside gate, 27 points from gate 2, 24 from gate 3 and 27 points scored from gate 4. So there's the final standings. As I say, just repeat, Denmark win with 40 points scored, 32 points for Sweden, 32 points for Latvia in 3rd place and 15 points for Norway in 4th. So it's been a smashing evening. I do hope you've enjoyed it. I must say that the work and the effort that's gone into the meeting. So tonight's evening and the proceedings are done and dusted. We look forward to tomorrow's night's Grand Prix, of course, here, round number 8. Please join us tomorrow for that. But for the moment, it's goodbye from Ollie and I. I do hope you've enjoyed yourselves.